falsify. You're making your claim unfalsifiable.
Nope.
You literally are, bro.
Hey,
planetary gravitation example, because it has to be planet-sized in order for that to work.
Conversation did you forget? Then 2 seconds later, just let him finish, man.
If you don't mind, Doofus, talking to WITSIT, I'm happy to yield the floor, but I just want you to know that my logic is sound and I trust my senses, and that makes me rational.
No measurements. So
you don't know what measurements I've taken or I haven't taken. You don't know what I'm aware of. You don't know me.
Have you ever looked at a mechanical gyro compass?
Yes, but just on video.
Okay, then.
So gyro compass, it's kind of a cool device. I'm not sure what effect it works based on.
Okay, so is this where I can jump in now? Like where we're gonna act like this guy knows what he's talking about? So how does the mechanical gyro compass work exclusively to a globe Earth?
It exploits rotation.
It's exclusive to a rotating Earth.
Okay, which is a globe, right?
Doesn't have to be, but it certainly has to be rotating.
Oh, so it could be a spinning flat Earth?
If you really wanted to go that route.
Okay, so you have to make sure you substantiate the cause of precession, right?
Yeah, that depends on which way you spin it up, either forward or reverse.
Yeah, I don't think so.
Hey, you need to establish the cause of the precession, right? That's what your entire postulation is, dependent upon.
Whichever way you wind it up, it'll persist that direction. If you wind it up forward or backwards, depending on which way you wind it up.
Dave, I'd probably actually look into a gyro compass first before you start.
I'd probably actually have you answer the question that you're invoking mechanical gyro compass, and you're telling someone else they should research it before they talk about it. But I'm sitting here asking you a point-blank question. So your postulation is dependent upon knowing the cause of the precession, right?
Rotation.
If you can demonstrate some other cause for a gyro compass to do what it does.
Wait. Slow down. So would you like to demonstrate your claimed cause of the precession?
Are you arguing against the fact that a gyroscope will remain stationary or remain in a specific orientation in space?
That's a straw man. That's a straw man. I did not say that. So would you like to show a demonstration or empirical evidence of your claimed cause of precession, please? And how it's exclusive to a globe Earth that spins or a spinning Earth. Can you substantiate your cause claim of precession, please?
We can. First off, a mechanical gyro does not process. A gyro compass points at north, at the geographical north. The point is rotation. And it does that because it is a frame of reference by itself. It is.
Oh, okay. So it establishes rigidity in space, right?
Yeah, it's rigid in space, and
right. So it establishes rigidity in space, and then in theory, an independent frame of reference that can detect an exterior movement, right? External.
Yeah.
Okay. So if there's some type of movement at a magnetic source central to the Earth,
no magnetism
how do you substantiate that? No. Wait. You say it says it's non-magnetic, right?
Unaffected by magnetism.
Show me magnetism.
Yeah. So what's not? Listen, man, it's not coherently magnetic. So anyway, I'm trying to explain this to you. I'm trying to explain to you. So if there is a magnetic field.
Come up with excuses to wrap
there's no
into your narrative.
How am I having to come up with excuses to even answer? Can you even explain with specificity your cause claim of movement? Dude, are you not understanding that you're making the claim, man? So you're trying to shift the burden, and you're actually arrogant about it, mocking me, and you're the one that has to explain your cause claim. You're invoking this gyro, dude. So feel free to empirically substantiate your cause claim
without demonstrating that it will.
No. I asked 5 times now. Can someone offer empirical demonstration or evidence for your cause claim invoking the gyro.
What does a gyroscope do?
It establishes its rigidity in space, and then stupid globe earthers claim that any change or precession is due to the Earth spinning. It's a baseless assertion. Can you show how you can empirically validate your cause claim, please?
If it establishes rigidity in space, the only thing that would cause it to precess relative to the Earth's surface is if the Earth's surface is rotating.
That's not true. That's not true. So if there is a
So
movement,
go ahead and demonstrate that it's not true.
Okay, well, you're making a baseless assertion saying that you know the only way something could happen is your theoretical. Why are you interrupting me? You're saying that your theoretical speculative theory, yeah, that was redundant, that you're proposing is the only way just because you say it. And now you've said, prove to me it's not the only way. You haven't even proved that way yet.
You nut-on.
No, I didn't nuh-uh. I said,
Yeah, you did.
no, I said, can you empirically validate the cause claim?
You're relying on
Okay, I'll repeat it. I said, can you I said, can you empirically validate the cause claim? And you said that you need to prove that it isn't that. Do you know how dumb that is?
That's a textbook burden
What does a gyroscope do?
WITSIT, are you denying the laws of motion here?
Am I denying laws of motion? No. I'm denying your baseless assertion that you know the causal agent of any precession in a gyro, dude.
If it moves, then there is a cause, right?
Does it mean that the cause is the Earth spinning? So back to the first question, can you substantiate your claimed cause of precession, please?
Can you find
You don't want it to be the Earth spinning.
No. You want it to be the Earth spinning because you have a religion. Can you substantiate empirically your cause claim of precession?
Can you?
What does a gyroscope do?
It establishes rigidity in space, and then you presuppose the causal agent of precession.
That's
there is something
if
moving.
the gyroscope remains stationary or remains fixed orientation in space, and it doesn't remain in fixed orientation on Earth, what do you think the cause might be?
What do you mean in space? What's in space?
In the atmosphere. Yeah, and they fly level to the altitude.
Okay, so you're spinning the gyro literally on the ground, and then you're taking the gyro up in the air.
If you took the gyro to the North Pole and spun it, it would be pointing at the same constellations at all times. If you take it anywhere but the North Pole, it's going to be pointing at north.
No, not a gyro compass. A gyro compass won't work on the equator.
That is not true.
Hey, so
Work fine on the North Pole.
Yeah, a gyro compass
yeah,
actually does work
is
on
no
the
one
equator.
going to answer the question? Can you empirically verify your cause claim of precession?
You didn't like the answer.
No, the answer was just an ambiguous, baseless assertion compounded on the first one.
You admit that they answered you.
You want it to be
Stop
baseless.
asking the question.
Do you think that was a sufficient answer?
Let's just make it easy. Let's just make it easy. So
let me repeat the question for you guys.
They've got videos.
Empirically
verify.
Austin, they told you fairies did it, bro. So, so you just have to accept it or provide a better excuse other than fairies.
They've got rockets looking at the Earth spinning.
Shut up, Nathan Thompson.
They've been to space, they say, and they see the Earth spinning. That's how they verify it, I guess. So don't be afraid, Globers. Tell them what you tell me. You tell us that you have pictures and videos in space. Why is there WITSIT?
We don't have to change topics. This really is one simple thing.
Are they all Coriolis?
Oh yeah. Why would you have to mute me, guys? I'm so stupid.
Well, I don't know why they muted you, but I think what they're afraid to say, WITSIT, is they have video of Earth rotation and things like that. They can observe.
We don't have to change topics.
Would one like to stake that? Okay, well then, if you're not going to invoke what he just said, can you offer an empirical methodology to verify your cause claim, please?
What does a gyroscope do?
You keep asking me questions because you don't know how to empirically validate your claim.
Pretty sad, bro.
So you're saying
I've answered your questions, and you keep looping them because you have a remedial, at best, understanding of a pseudoscientific cause claim that you were told to regurgitate, and you can't even regurgitate it.
All right, Globers. How would you validate it? Let's try and work with WITSIT. What do you got to do? You got to show him, demonstrate it. What do you have? Gyroscope? What is it? What do you got?
one.
If you just
You
know
have
it,
to
and
demonstrate some cause other than the reference frame rotating for the gyroscope to be deflected.
Oh, I need to show you some other way than your unfounded theoretical postulation. So basically, what you're saying is you get the benefit. You get the benefit of just assuming that your unfounded, unfalsifiable claim is true until I can prove something else. You don't have to actually prove yours. I have to go prove a cause claim, even though falsification is independent of replacement.
Let me help you
Using
out
the
there.
definition of a gyroscope is not an unfounded claim.
Hey, man. Can you empirically validate your cause claim of precession in a gyro?
We can. It's called the
Okay,
focal
how?
pendulum. Hey, the one thing that processes is the focal pendulum.
No, that's a different device, dude.
Focal
Wow,
pendulum
what a clown. You're talking about the
processes.
pendulum
Hey,
now.
hey, shut up, Witsit, and let me finish.
You're an
this.
idiot.
The focal pendulum does process as the Earth rotates. The gyro
Okay.
compass points north at all times.
Non
Hence, it
sequitur.
is a compass.
Okay,
Hey,
this is a
Austin,
shift.
Austin.
If
It's-
it points
it's-
north at all times, it's not processing now, is it?
Red herring fallacy, man. We're talking about
It's
the
not a red herring.
gyro.
You're saying
We're
it
talking.
processes, and I'm saying it doesn't.
We're talking about the gyro, and you brought up a pendulum. Do you know the difference?
There is no pendulum involved here. I've specifically
You
said
just said
the focal
pendulum.
gyro. The focal gyro is not the focal pendulum.
Okay,
How are
so
you
what
wrong
about it?
this?
What about it?
It processes.
Okay, can you support
not-
your
gyro-
cause claim of precession, though?
Yes, I can.
How?
Get a picture of a focal freaking pendulum. What do I care?
If you take a picture of a Foucault's pendulum, which you said again wrong, because now you're saying it's the gyro. If you take a picture of a gyro, that substantiates your unfounded cause claim?
Did I say pendulum actually?
Yes.
Oh, sorry. It is a focal gyro. He made a gyro.
And if I take a picture of it, that substantiates my cause claim of precession?
You can get one and observe it. I don't care. But
Okay, and when I observe precession, how do I substantiate the cause of the precession?
The point here being the compass does not process because it is a compass. It
Have you
points
ever
north.
even seen a gyro in real life?
Yes, I have seen a gyro.
Okay, so can you substantiate the cause claim of precession, or are you just making up fairy tales
Are
based on
you
the fact you think you live
saying
on a ball
that
that
a
applies
gyro
physics?
compass processes?
Yeah, precession's observable, and it actually can deviate based on
Really?
change in
No, it
altitude.
ain't.
Why are you interrupting me? It can
Because
actually
you're wrong.
change it can change a degree in variance at the same latitude at different altitudes. Your cause claim is bunk. It's stupid. Falsification is independent of replacement. Can you substantiate your cause claim of precession, though?
Gyro compass does not deviate that way.
Deviate what way?
The way you said. It does not process. It points north.
No, okay. So then how you're saying it processes when you put it on the earth, right?
No, it doesn't.
So it never processes, so what's it detecting? How's it detecting motion?
It only processes when it's looking for true north.
Okay, so that means the earth is moving because it moves around trying to find north?
When you spin it up,
no other way to say that.
That's it. That's the procession.
Dude, can you substantiate the earth is spinning instead of just claiming that it's the cause of any change, man?
Why do you need any further evidence besides the fact that it works?
Well, the person that discovered it and the reason it works and invented it knew that the earth wasn't moving, and it establishes rigidity so that it can detect movement within the ether field. Now, people say that he's stupid and still use his technology.
The ether.
Oh, Sagnac, my man.
Bringing up Sagnac again. When I told you this is a gyro compass.
Okay, you're saying that those weren't down the progression of technology of gyros? Is that what you're saying? So you don't ever know anything about what you're talking about?
I'm telling you right now is this has nothing to do with the Sagnac effect.
Okay, so that's where gyros came from. Now you're saying that based on the compass having to realign and find north with a gyro, that improves the earth is spinning.
Are you saying?
Dude, can you listen, man, guys? Can you substantiate the causal agent, the cause of any change, man? Specify it changes like this, and this proves it's this. This is how it's exclusive to the globe Earth's movement. Can we get some intellectual productivity here? Can you specify your claim? What's the causal agent? How'd you verify it?
You need to start.
As soon as you can stick to one topic, maybe.
WITSIT, do you want to get bogged down in this, G?
I just want to know what the causal agent is and how you verify it. So you say the causal agent is that the Earth spins. How do you verify that? With a mechanical compass gyro.
By the force that would make it turn.
By the force that would make it turn.
Yes.
It works.
That's how you empirically validated it.
Works.
You have a force that makes it turn and point
It
north.
works. When was
Why
this
does that
first?
happen?
When was this created? When was this first come up with?
The focal pendulum is
Foucault's pendulum. What are you talking about, dude? Why do you keep saying that?
focal
What
gyro
difference
is
does it
back in
make?
focal time.
Oh, so the gyro is really old.
Yeah.
Okay, and it proves that the Earth is spinning.
Yeah.
How?
Rotating.
By
Doesn't matter
processing.
how old it is.
Precision.
Wait, can someone speak up and say the answer, please?
By
Precision.
processing in accordance with the rotation.
Processing in accordance with the rotation, and every time I say, hey man, can you specify and validate empirically the cause claim of precession, some goober says
works.
it doesn't process, and then you still don't empirically validate the cause claim. Can you give me a demonstration, an empirical process of verifying your cause claim?
The problem here is that
Yeah, you just have blind
Claiming's
belief
not
systems you
empirical.
don't
All
even
like,
understand.
It doesn't matter because everybody else here knows that it is.
You have blind belief systems that you guys don't even understand. Establishing rigidity in space in a supposed independent frame of reference. You're claiming to detect a precession derivative of axial rotation, but you're going to have to support that, dude. You're going to have to empirically validate. You have to have a methodology that can be falsifiable, verifiable, empirical, dude. You're just making up stories. You're literally just making up stories. And then your response, the best I've got for 10 straight minutes of you wasting my time, is can you come up with a better one and prove mine's wrong? Can you prove yours is right, dude?
WITSIT.
So what you're saying is the definition of a gyroscope is wrong.
No, gyros predate the assumption of axial rotation.
Well, hold on, stop. So, Doofus, WITSIT asked you, let's go back to where WITSIT asked you, is it unfalsifiable? That's where we were, then it broke down from there. So can we falsify this experiment, this gyroscope? Can we prove that it's what you say it is?
Yeah, you could come up
by
with a better
finding some other
explanation
means to make it
other
deflect
than-
other than rotation of its reference frame.
Wait, what?
I don't know if you got that, WITSIT. Did you hear that?
Wait. How are we gonna test or verify it by looking at something else? Can we Is it a falsifiable claim that you're claiming that axial rotation causes the precession? Is that falsifiable? Can it be proven?
It can be falsified if you can find some other way to make a gyroscope process other than.
Well, you haven't
through
found that
rotation of
way
its reference
though.
frame.
You know, it's not. Listen, dude. It's not on. Listen, man. It's not falsifiable just because you say you have to find another way or it works. That's retarded.
That's literally
The
an
way
argument from
it
ignorance.
currently works,
Literally argument from ignorance fallacy.
Is that it maintains rigidity in space.
Why do you keep
until
saying
you
what
can
I've
find
had to
some
teach
way to
this
make it not
room?
rigid in space,
Yeah.
other than rotating the reference frame.
I just taught you that.
It keeps its rigidity in space, and according to the attitude indicator, they fly level according to the flat
not a
horizon,
thing,
which
Vice.
doesn't
Don't
work on a cartoon ball, guys.
That's not
So
a
an attitude indicator actually includes pendulous vanes.
Yeah,
so
we
you're
know.
not representing a
They
gyroscope
introduced pendulous
accurately.
vanes 20 or 30 years ago. They used gyroscopes for 70 years without pendulous vanes. That's only for when planes are doing loops. They autocorrect for them, and so that they're not all wobbly when they finish.
Yep.
The loop. You don't even know what you're
Literally,
talking
none
about.
of them ever do.
And if they could use pendulous vanes to correct for rigidity in space, they wouldn't use gyroscopes because we use gyroscopes because they keep their rigidity in space. You guys are clowns, dude.
So can you
So why did they
substantiate your
add the
cause claim of
pendulous
precession, or would you like to concede that you just blindly believe something you can't validate
So
and
why
is
did they add
unfalsifiable?
the pendulous vanes?
I just told you it's because when planes are doing loops, the gyroscope would wobble after it finished doing the loop, and they wanted to correct for that wobble so that the airplane pilot could know exactly where they are. And
Yeah,
you
what
look at the
correction-
FAA,
what
the
correction
FAA
they-
admits airplanes fly over a flat, level, non-rotating Earth, and they
correction-
negate a gravity vector. I know you want to interrupt me, but I'm destroying your religion.
Well, what corrects
No,
the
you're currently not.
indicator?
Yeah, your religion just got destroyed. You won't respond with substantive specificity to anything. You'll just name call and stuff.
topics to
Or
airplane
burn proof
gyroscopes
reverse.
or-
You've been dominated. Can you substantiate the causal claim of precession based on axial rotation?
We have topics off
Yes
the
or no? Yes or no? Yes or no?
The gyro compass is what we were speaking of. So can we go back to that topic?
Yeah, let's take it to that. And the fact that it works is self-evident.
Okay, so the fact that it works isn't self-evident that your causal claim that is unfalsifiable is true. That is retarded. It's kind of like the same stupid people on your side that say, "I'm
So you
talking,
lied
I'm
again.
talking."
You lied
It's-
just
I'll
now
give
by
you an
saying that it
analogy.
has
I'll give you an analogy. So it's similar to the same stupid people on your side
right after I
that
told
say
you that it is falsifiable.
yeah, but that's not true. You said that the way that it's unfalsifiable is if I can go prove it's something else. You're an idiot. That is the dumbest response a human could even produce. You're impressively dumb. That's not how science works. How science works is
an argument from ignorance.
Yeah,
to
you
say it's
empirically
true until you prove it to be false.
Yeah, you're appealing to
or
incredulity.
true
You
is
sound like
an
a
argument from
moron.
ignorance.
I'd like to ask a question about the ether effect on gyroscopes.
Okay.
The guy who invented it said that that's what's
No,
causing
stop.
precession.
I'm trying to figure this out.
The guy that invented it. Go ahead.
I don't care. Now the people.
Oh, you don't care because you don't care.
I'm trying to speak. Now you let me speak, and then you can find out what I'm trying to say.
Okay, the guy that invented the gyros. Go ahead.
Great, wonderful. Okay, so I'd like to know how a ether wind or something would affect the gyroscope to make it point north. It spins from any direction you start it, and it seeks north.
Okay,
and when you go south of when you go south of the equator, it reverses and seeks south. Now I'm just trying to think how an ether wind will make it process left or process right in order to get to north.
Have you validated this? Can you give me some empirical evidence of when it switches exactly at the equator? Because you're just making stuff up.
Also, this could have something to do with the
about the function
electromagnetic
that's
wake.
described.
This could have something to do with the electromagnetic wake produced by the sun and the moon, which is why storm patterns
That
rotate in
wouldn't
the opposite direction.
that wouldn't make it seek north. That's the strange thing about that argument.
You're just making up a story, though. So can you offer empirical evidence where it actually changes directly at the equator? Are you just believing a story? Are you
No, it stops processing at the equator, and then.
Did you do it? Can you offer someone that did do it?
It's an industry that makes gyro compasses, and this is how gyro compasses work.
Oh.
So you haven't tested it.
Okay, so you're suggesting that the people who all the people who ride on ships are liars.
Do you even have a video of someone supposedly testing it, or do you just literally just believe anything that you think you're supposed to defend your religion?
It's the function described by all the.
Do you think that NASA was wrong about anything?
This is not NASA. This is shipping.
Do you think that anyone that claimed
is shipping all wrong? Shipping people.
It's a story someone told you. Do you have any evidence or not? Can you just say yes or no? Do you have any evidence?
They don't use that gyro for shipping, dude. They don't like, dude. Oh, so what do they? Okay, so that's how they get where they're going. Is that how they get where they're going?
Used for shipping.
Is that how they get where they're going? Is that how they get where they're going? Do they use it for navigation?
Yes.
Navigation. It is a tool used in navigation, and it works.
Okay.
And
so that proves.
And it was created to discover that the Earth is turning. Is that why the gyroscope was invented?
No,
and
we're
created?
asking about how it functions. Right?
Well, how was the gyro invented, though? How was that invented?
There's been a suggestion that not a gyro compass.
WITSIT.
Okay, you think a compass? Wait, time out, dude. Can we stop trying to compound? So, the thing about the compass is, your model cannot explain the phenomena of the magnetic field on the Earth. Yale, Stanford, Harvard, they all admit this. And read the most recent papers by all of those institutions. Okay, they cannot stop interrupting me. They cannot explain the magnetic field, the phenomena that happens to compass beyond a certain latitude and closer to the north, further away from the north, is not explained on your model, admittedly, by the highest levels of education that you appeal to. So I read the papers, I'll send them to you, to think that you can invoke inadvertently the phenomena of magnetism and then some attempt to try to read the phenomena with a gyro compass and then tell me that means you know that the Earth is a ball that spins is insane.
Gyro compass does not process due to magnetism.
I didn't say that.
Why are you talking about magnetism?
I didn't say that. I didn't say that. I didn't say that.
He didn't say that. And they're the ones saying that the gyroscope proves that the Earth is turning.
You literally conflated magnetic.
Yeah, like you got. I explained exactly what I meant. You don't understand anything I'm saying. So I'll explain it more to you. This is really going to make you people spiral. There's a vortex in any magnetic field. It's a toroid. There's a vortex in any magnetic field. There's a toroid. We have a magnetic field on Earth, provable. Okay, it doesn't work on your little fairy tale model, and they admit that in highest levels of education, which I just told you. I can cite all of it. So the point here is that there's a movement, there's a drift, and dude, I'm almost done. There's a drift and a movement up above us in a phenomena called, like, just a background medium is fluid-like, and that's how you have all the phenomena that you ever perceive ever. So you are have to account for the vortexual movement connected to the cyclical nature of the skies. In any mechanism that you're trying to establish an independent frame of reference with rigidity in space, you must know the makeup of what's beyond quote-unquote space around you. So if you do not have an accurate reading of precession. If you don't understand that, that doesn't make me wrong.
Hey, WITSIT, you said magnetism again. Just pointing it out.
Yeah, you don't even know how. Okay, there's an inaccurate definition and misnomer of what magnetism is. People think magnetism is strictly coherent magnetism, but that is not true.
It's good because it's
Bring
not
Ken
involved
Wheeler
at all.
into this because it's not going to do you any good.
Everything's magnetic. You're magnetic. Your heart's magnetic. The table's magnetic. Wood's magnetic. Rubber's magnetic.
WITSIT, you were
It's just not
almost done
coherent.
5 minutes ago. I think you're done now.
What exactly is it that you're going to do about it?
What I'm going
All
to
right,
do about it? Well, you see, one thing is the gyro compass does not rely on the magnetic field. It doesn't even.
I didn't say it did.
Hey!
That's a straw man fallacy. I didn't say that.
You talked a lot about
Well,
magnets.
stop straw
I let
manning.
you finish your nonsense. Shut up, WITSIT.
You mean the stuff that was super coherent?
All that stuff that did not all relate to gyro compasses. Yes, all that stuff. Yes. It points
Like
to
you talking about a
geographic.
pendulum.
It
That
points
didn't relate to
geographical
gyroscopes
north
either, right?
and geographical south, and it always points at the same point. On the southern hemisphere, it points to the southern pole, and on the northern hemisphere, it points to the northern pole, the celestial one, the one that we are rotating around.
The truth.
Meaning there is 2 poles, and it points at that point, not some magnetic phenomena, something that admittedly has a few, gaps in our knowledge.
Okay, now that I'm unmuted, man. So the point that I made, which you didn't respond with specificity, I'll try and shorten it. There's a phenomena of movement within the magnetic field, which is misunderstood, and you just conceded that. And if you are going to try to establish the cause of a precession, of a mechanism that establishes rigidity in space, you must know the makeup of the medium around it, the movement within that medium that you could be detecting a precession of. If you do not account for that factor, you are just making baseless assertions and speculating based on presupposing the Earth has axial rotation.
Hey, WITSIT, you said magnetism again. I'm just pointing it out.
Can you define magnetism for me?
Imagine being so gamma, you just had the button every time. So you said an M word, man. You said M word. Like, grow up, bro. Get a life. Okay.
Yeah, so demonstrate magnetism can cause a gyroscope to precess.
Why do you keep straw manning?
Because
It's because you're not smart enough to even understand what I'm saying. That's why you're straw manning.
You're wrong about
It's either that or you're intellectually dishonest. There's only 2 options. So.
Well, if it was magnetism, wouldn't we expect to see something like if I walked into the room with a neodymium magnet, that gyro compass should go fucking insane?
No, see, this is what I'm trying to explain, right? So, even though magnetism is misdefined as just like being coherent magnetism strictly, it's not. But and I'm not saying that the magnetism is affecting the gyro as much as what you're trying to do is establish an independent movement of the gyro because it makes its own independent frame of reference. If you don't account for a movement that goes on over top of the Earth and a medium around it, and you're establishing rigidity in space, then you are detecting a precession that you're inadequately defining, bro. And so presupposing its axial rotation is just that. It's literally, that's why you guys constantly have been saying, well, you prove it's something else. Because, dude, it's just a speculation. You're not even accounting for the drift or the movement within the medium. And this is provable that it's there. The Air Force has done it as recent as 1987. So they validated Michael C. Morley.
Okay, so if you had...
Hey, what's it? You just said magnetism again. I'm just going to point
if you had the precession around...
Just ignore them.
Like you're saying, when I get to the equator...
Deflecting
why would
all
the
over
compass
place.
stop precessing? The sky is still moving over the top of it.
Yeah, welcome to Flat Earth, man. The sky moves over top of us and there's a drift on the Earth.
Right, no, it's the...
It moves the
gyro
same direction, dude.
Stops functioning when I get onto the equator. Why does the sky that's still moving over my head not move my compass to the north? It makes it no longer accurate.
Okay, so you're still beating up a straw man that I'm saying that magnetism specifically is the cause of any type of precession of the gyro compass. If you want to stop interrupting me, that'd be cool. Because you clearly don't know what you're talking about. So you guys are spiraling. Okay, so there is a drift within the ether field above the earth, it's vortexual. This has been known for a while. If you are presupposing that isn't there and that you know it isn't there, and you don't account for the motion within the background medium while you're establishing rigidity in space with a gyro, then you are just presupposing a cause claim, not accounting for the phenomena of the motion in the medium that you're residing in. So can you empirically validate a cause claim of axial rotation, or is it just a baseless assertion?
Speaking of platitude, I'm trying to understand. I just asked you a question specifically about that, and then you go back to your platitude.
No,
As
no,
if you
I'm
don't even
explaining how you're
understand
not.
what the fuck my
No,
question
you're
is.
not
You're a
understanding. You're not understanding because you keep asking me about magnetism, dude.
No, okay, at the equator, this guy that's moving over me and somehow dragging my compass, my gyro compass, to point it north all the time, point it north or south.
Welcome to flat Earth.
To the equator. Now, when I get to the equator, what changes about that sky's procession that makes my compass?
You're getting further away from the central point. That was so hard. Oh my gosh, what are we ever going to do?
Further away from
It's
the
started
sun.
doing the same
So
thing.
there's,
except in the
no
opposite
ether,
direction.
there's no ether movement or whatever.
I didn't say that either. What are you talking about?
Here he goes, making stuff up now.
You're crazy. Do you know what a toroid is?
There's no dragging
Do
effect.
you know what a toroid is?
There's no dragging effect.
Do you know what a toroid is?
How red herring?
No, it's not a red
nothing to
herring
do with
because the
what we're talking
toroid
about.
would explain the
So
motion
we're back to
of the
magnetism?
field that we're in, but this guy doesn't even know what one is.
So we're back to
So he's
magnetism.
asking stupid questions. No, see,
we're
listen,
back to
man,
magnetism.
there is a movement of the
magnetism again.
phenomena that we call magnetism within the ether field, and it also drifts east, the same exact direction as the sky for all recordable history. The person that discovered the differential in the movement based on the background medium has been snuffed from history. His technology's been taken. The Sagnac effect is still used, but what he knew it was has not been used anymore because they assume we're a ball in a vacuum that defies physics and that space is all there is emptiness. So they had to ignore the background medium and the motion within to assume that in fact the Earth is spinning. This is subjective, dude. If you don't want to point, stop bringing up magnetism. Stop diluting the conversation. Stop diverting away. It's very simple. You aren't accounting for the motion in the background medium when you establish rigidity of space with the gyro compass. So you're just making a baseless assertion about the cause of precession.
Hey, you brought up the Sagnac effect, which is also another red herring.
No, I'm explaining the overall phenomena. You just don't seem to understand any of it.
Boy. No, you're the one who's actually.
Okay, how about this? I'll make it real simple for you guys. Did you account for a motion in a background medium?
What is a background medium?
Yeah, there's a background medium. People call it the ether. People act like it doesn't exist, but higher academia is reluctantly admitting that there is one. So your own little priests are telling you there's one. Nevertheless, do you agree you didn't account for a background medium if you're assuming that the precession is coming from axial rotation?
Well, what I would do to prove that is I would try and find a method of the movement of that medium that could affect such motion on my compass. So
yeah, you mean like changing altitudes at the same latitude?
No.
Because
that doesn't work. We're not talking about that. We're talking about gyro compasses.
That dismantles your religion.
Gyro compasses. What we're talking
wait,
about.
but I'm just talking about the phenomena within the movement. Yeah, you're so lost, dude. You're so lost. Yeah, you're a moron. Moron.
Yeah.
Okay, let me try to explain it to you again, dude, because you're the one that's lost.
I mean, he's obviously going to make a point that you don't want to listen to.
No, he's lost. He's just casting his feelings in these speculative attacks and ad hoc because he's a remedial idiot.
Don't get bogged down with Moyoc, man. Seriously.
Yeah, okay, I'm not paying attention to who's talking. He's an idiot, though. Okay, so anyway, the point that I'm simply making is if you do not account for the movement, the phenomena of the movement in the background medium, then whatever you come up with after that, if there is a background medium with movement in it, is inherently intrinsically inaccurate. It's just a presupposition. So that's why I'm asking, so we can test it, because I don't buy the idea that, well, there's just the physical material world, there's nothing beyond it. That can't even explain observable phenomena, like tons of them. So I disagree. So can you empirically validate that that's the case? Because you guys understand though, right? Like if you're establishing rigidity in space and you're assuming that Earth is moving, causing precession, that means that nothing is outside of the material perceivable quote-unquote space. That's what you have to assume to claim the cause of precession. Do you guys understand that?
Yes, that's all interesting. I read up on this ether phenomenon, and clearly, yes, there is some reluctant acceptance of ether in modern science. I agree with that. Mm-hmm. But what it does say is that it's a relativistic medium, meaning it does not have its own motion. So
yeah, they have to say that, bro, because because if they're correct, let me say it like this: they are correct if the Earth is in fact spinning and revolving, right? So based on observable phenomena, if the Earth is spinning and revolving, then you can't say that this background medium has an independent, consistent like movement, right? Because the cause of the movement that we observe just by looking at precession is supposed to be the Earth spinning, not the drift. So that's the difference. That's the fundamental difference.
There's no inconsistent movement of it, WITSIT. So already there, you're wrong.
No, I'm saying it's very consistent. I'm saying, listen, you're not listening. Like the movement is consistent in the ether, but they have to claim that it isn't overall because the Earth is supposedly spinning and revolving. It's like they're not lying, dude. They're doing what they believe to be science within the confinement of what they think they know the Earth has been proven to be.
No, WITSIT,
but they're wrong, dude.
Yeah, this is all very interesting. But you see, the problem with the way you assert an ether, and it is very lemon-like, because you want it to affect both physical things and light. It has to do both the Sagnac effect and the Coriolis effect and all these other things.
Yeah, that's what the ether does, man. So, like, for example, like, I bet some of you may know about this, but non-locality of light, right? The double slit, the phenomena that light's basically instantaneous and seems to be dependent upon observation even. Instantaneous is inconsistent with the assumption of, a physical particle that travels from point A to point B as light with speed. So my point is that when you're trying to dissect the phenomena of light and the precession within light that you observe, and you don't even understand what light is, right? You're definitely not going to be able to adequately, address what the cause of movement is.
Okay, WITSIT, does the ether affect analog clocks?
Does the ether affect analog clock?
Yeah.
So are you trying to get to the point that you're going to invoke atomic clocks?
No, it's just answer the simple. Does it affect?
That's a stupid, vague question. So
no, it's very specific.
Does it affect it? If there's a background medium, the ether affects everything, dude. And matter itself has a resting resonance, a vibration. Okay. So yeah, it's intrinsically connected and affected by the background medium, as is all matter.
Huh? So
what's your point?
A mechanical clock.
How does it affect it?
Yes. The swirling, whirling bit.
Yeah, okay, so it's just within the ether, which has a drift over top of the Earth.
Yeah, you said it swirls and whirls. That would be what it does, right?
I haven't made any claims about the clock. I'm still waiting for you to somehow try to muster up the energy to make a claim.
I'm talking about, you said that the ether does all the swirling and whirling.
I said that there's a drift over top of the Earth, yeah.
Yeah, that drift would have to be in a toroidal spin, correct?
Now you brought up a clock, and you've yet to make a claim about it. You're trying to ask me questions about it. You think you have something you're setting me up for because you're a gamma. You're really just a waste of time. Would you like to make or specify a claim has to do with a clock?
Or
would you like to back out and let the next person jump in?
This isn't going to get switched, dude. I'm sorry, but I'm not going to play your game.
What are you making a claim about the clock? What are you asking me questions about clocks? I don't work for you. You're a gamma. In the real world, you would probably be super nice to me. You're a...
no, I wouldn't. I'm an asshole in real life, too. So, you said that it would affect a mechanical clock. That is your claim. So how would the whirling, twirling, spinny, dancy ether affect a mechanical clock?
Okay, so I'm gonna get out of here because y'all have to keep muting me and y'all keep diverting and calling me names. But I've been here for a while. Look, it's simple and we all know it. So
bye, WITSIT.
Written.
Can you guys just let him finish? You gotta mute him.
He won't shut up.
Did y'all just kick me out, bro? What a bunch of
What do you mean
gammas.
he won't shut up, dude? He's just saying
What?
bye.
Oh, Gamma Panda's talking on cue. Did you kick me out?
Nope.
Then would you like to correct the little gamma that did? Anyway, I'll just finish. I just got kicked out. So gyros establish the rigidity in space. If you presuppose what's beyond quote-unquote space with the makeup of it, the medium within it, the motions around it, then you are just presupposing the cause claim of precession being...
Yeah, all of that was nonsense, WITSIT. and
Yeah,
what you had
yeah,
there
yeah,
was
yeah.
nothing
No,
really.
it's just above your pay grade, and you couldn't understand it. So you had
What
to
we
kick him
have
out.
from gyros and from optical gyros is that we have all of the motions of the Earth rotating because it is. It's simply motion.
You're saying a gyroscope shows all the motions of the Earth rotating, so the orbit of the
Yes.
Earth around the sun,
Optical
the
gyros
rotation of the Earth.
do.
Oh,
Yep.
okay, but not mechanical
That is-
gyros.
You witnessed
Mechanical
that.
gyros are specifically built to show one or more rotations, motions of the Earth.
Yeah.
They are limited by the fact that they are mechanical, right? You know, it has to be built to do what you want it to. The optical ones show all of the directions of motion. And that is a fully established thing that, you know, we have Bob on videos showing us. It's as if it's moving in a circular. Yeah. It's
Yeah,
kind
they-
of like as if Earth was rotating with it, isn't it?
Oh, not at all. Do you guys believe in Coriolis, or do you deny that also?
Oh my God.
Does the Earth rotate under objects in the air, like Neil deGrasse Tyson, astrophysicist and leader of Planetarium, says, or is he just wrong?
Hey, if you
Nobody-
actually read the definition of the Coriolis effect, you
Neil
wouldn't-
deGrasse
Hey, you're
is simplifying
deflecting.
it a lot for
You're
you to
deflecting.
grasp it. No, the Earth is not moving under something. The
That's
Earth
what he
is
said.
moving at one speed from
That's what
where
he
you
said.
are. Yeah, whatever. He's simplifying it.
Yeah,
greatly
whatever.
for numpties.
No,
What?
he's not
The Earth-
simplifying it. You're disagreeing with him.
No, I'm not.
Yeah,
The
you're
Earth is
saying the Earth
moving at
doesn't
one
rotate
speed
under
in one
objects.
place and in another speed another place because it is a ball that is spinning. That is all.
Well, cool story, but so Earth doesn't rotate under objects that go in the air, or it does? Can you just yes or no?
I said
had
it's
actually
moving
read the
at one
definition of
speed
the
in one
Coriolis
place
effect,
and
you-
another.
This is not a
speed
yes
in
or no
another
answer.
place
Can
Can you just
because
answer
it is a
specifically
spinning
yes
ball.
or no? Can you just answer specifically yes or no? Does the Earth
I answered
rotate under
specifically
objects?
what I wanted to answer,
Yes
Nathan.
or
It's
no?
not
So
that
you want to
hard.
answer the question? Does any other Coriolis denier want to step up to the plate and answer a simple question? Yes or no? Does Earth rotate under objects?
Why do you feel
I
that you
answered
need to
specifically
limit?
what I
Coriolis
wanted to
denier
answer,
because
and
you
whatever
No one can
strong
answer
man
yes or
argument
no?
you want me to
Coriolis
catch
effect.
up
No
to,
one
I'm
here.
trying it.
No one here can give a definitive answer of yes
Yes.
or no.
No,
Yes, the
Cor-
Earth does.
no one here
Nathan,
can give.
Coriolis is all of the effects of
Hey,
Earth rotating.
I can only talk to one person at a time. Can we get some moderation, please?
Well, nobody can answer a broken question.
Okay, well, it's not a broken question.
Yes,
When
it
you
is.
throw things up in the air like a football, Neil deGrasse Tyson says the Earth rotates under them. Now, do you guys agree with that, or is Neil deGrasse Tyson, astrophysicist, most famous scientist in the world, wrong?
I don't think he's the
Path
most
of
famous
motion
scientist
is
in the
what's-
world.
Oh, I'm not
first
here to
off.
debate if he's the most
path of
famous
motion
Second-
scientist,
have
you
to have
gamma
a path of
clown.
motion
Can
relative
you
to the
answer
Earth's
the
Second,
question?
your
yes or no?
question,
Coriolis
your
effect.
question is broken in the very beginning.
No, it's not broken. Does the Earth rotate
Yes.
under objects in the air? Yes or no?
Your
You
question
have
is
to
still
have a path
broken.
of motion. Read the definition of the
you can't-
Coriolis
you
effect.
can't
Explain
answer
to
the
him.
question.
Explain
What
to him
is your
why his
reference?
question is broken.
What is your reference
You
point?
can't answer the
Who
question.
is the observer?
If I
Where is the
throw a
observer? Is the
ball
observer? Hold on.
in the
Is the
air,
observer
does
on the ground?
Earth
Is the
move
observer in the
under
air?
ball?
Are you talking about the football? Or are you? What are you talking about? Where is your observation point?
Are you familiar with the post Neil deGrasse Tyson made or not?
I'm asking you to clarify your
All right,
question
I'm asking you
because you
if
haven't
you're familiar
clarified
with
it
what the
yet,
fuck I'm
and I
talking
keep,
about. Do you know what the fuck I'm talking
I
about?
keep
or no?
talking to you and asking you
I
clarifying
know you ask
questions
clarifying
that
questions.
you
'cause
don't want to answer.
No.
So
Do you
if
know
you
what I'm
don't want to
talking
answer
about?
it, why should I answer your broken question?
All right. Do you know what I'm talking about when Neil deGrasse Tyson says Earth rotates?
I know
under field
exactly
goals?
what you're talking about.
Okay, so does the Earth rotate under a field goal that's kicked?
Again,
Nope.
once again, what are you talking about as an observation point?
What
Are you
am
talking
I
about the
talking about?
football? Hold on. Are you talking about the football? Are you talking about the kicker? Are you talking about the goalpost?
Listen.
Where are you talking about? Who's
If you'll stop
observing this?
rambling, I'll tell you. Okay, from anywhere in the stadium. Okay, you could be
Anywhere in the
coach,
stadium.
You could be the coach on the sideline. You could be in the audience. Does the Earth move under the field goal? Yes or no?
Yes. Yes, it
Yes,
does.
the Earth
Now,
moves
hold on,
under. So
hold on.
wait.
Now,
that's all I needed.
how much would that do it?
That's
How
all I
long
needed.
is that football in the air?
Excellent. Good question. So how long is the football in the air? Let's say it's only in the air for a few seconds. Now, my question is, how long is the blimp floating above the stadium in the air? Pretty much the entire game,
A blimp
right?
is powered.
Oh, okay, but a balloon is not powered, right?
A balloon is not powered.
Not powered. Great. So if you had a balloon above the stadium and there was no wind, would the earth
Actually,
be flying?
I
Listen,
do
you
have to
interrupt
rephrase
me?
that. I'm sorry, I have to clarify this because I gave you an answer. No, I
you don't
gave
have
you
to
an answer,
clarify. You can
and it
clarify
is
when I'm
called.
done.
Hold on.
When I'm done. You don't have to
I'm going to
interrupt me.
clarify
You
answer
can
to
hold
you
on.
because
You
there
hold on.
is an issue.
How about you hold on? You
Yeah,
can finish
I
when
did
I'm
hold
done.
on. I wanted
speaking. I'm
to
sorry you
clarify
misspoke.
my answer
I'm sorry you
to
misspoke.
your
You could
question.
wait
You
till
said
I'm
a
done.
balloon,
Nathan,
and I had one idea of a balloon.
Properly and
Hold on,
clearly and
hold on, guys.
concisely this time.
Nathan, are you going to allow him to correct so that he tells you what he actually means?
Yeah,
Or
okay,
are
he
you
misspoke.
listen? Or are you happy to go with what he didn't actually mean and win an argument using
Okay,
that?
great. The dude doesn't know what he's talking about. Go ahead, tell me what you were
Let
actually
him
trying to say.
clarify what he means. Then go ahead, dude.
So when we're talking about a balloon that has, nothing but say helium in it and is going straight up in the air, not affected by any other forces out there, by powered, because a hot air balloon is underpowered. The power of of heating up creates a temperature difference, which is actually a propellant. So that
Why
was
can't
my
you just
clarification.
switch from hot air? You just switch from balloon to hot air balloon because I was talking about a blimp and you didn't like that one because the Earth doesn't.
Well, no,
rotate on a
I
blimp. So
told you that
shut
was
up.
powered, didn't I?
I let you talk. Shut up. I let you talk. Okay, I let you ramble on about a straw man I wasn't even talking about. Okay, so shut up. It's my turn. I was bringing up a blimp. You said that's not good. I brought up a balloon, and then you changed the balloon into a hot air balloon and said it's propelled. So can we talk about the balloon? If a balloon is floating in the stadium, okay, and let's say there's no wind, does the Earth rotate under the balloon? Because you just said it rotates under a field goal. No, it doesn't. Okay, so that's a contradiction. Excellent. You guys
It's
have
not a
contradiction
contradiction
religion.
because you need
Yes,
a
it
path
is.
of travel in order to experience Coriolis effect. Look
Right.
up the definition of the Coriolis
So
effect.
something has to be moving in
Right.
order. Oh, okay, but then when it's propelled, it's different because it's propelled. So it has to be moving, but it can't be stationary. You guys are just fucking clowns, bro. You
No,
don't make
Nathan,
sense.
listen.
Either the
listen.
Earth rotates under everything, things that are propelled and things that are floating, or it rotates under nothing. It's one
Okay,
or the
but
other,
they-
guys. Things
That's
doesn't.
not how
Things
physics
don't move.
works.
Things don't
You
move,
should-
and things. Then the
You're
Earth
deliberately
rotates under them.
confusing yourself.
That you listen how
Yeah.
stupid that sounds. So
Well,
you're saying a helicopter when it's above
We've
the
heard
Earth,
what you've
the
said.
Earth's
We've
not
heard you
moving under
repeat
it,
lots of examples.
but then when your
Stop
air
saying them
helicopter goes
over and over
forward, the Earth
again.
starts rotating under it. That's so you guys' common sense. That's what logic you have in your head. That a
But-
helicopter when hovering doesn't
Yes,
experience
Nathan.
Coriolis.
We've heard all your examples. Stop.
Sorry, I popped out for a second, but I wanted to go back into my explanation. So, you said that there's no wind in that stadium, right? Is he? Oh.
One day, maybe one day, he'll actually look at the definition of the Coriolis effect.
Yeah, but it
Right.
doesn't matter if something's powered or not, especially going east to west. If you say the Earth is spinning underneath,
So,
then the time will
Soroki,
be different.
Soroki, can you finish your point? I'd like to hear it.
So my point was, it would be you'd be hard pressed to say that there is no wind in that stadium. It's nearly impossible to say that. And the difference for the amount of spin that's going on with the Earth and the wind, the wind is going to overpower the Coriolis in that effect, in that instance, because the Coriolis is a very small force in relation to that balloon.
It is as Sort said. That Neil deGrasse Tyson was offering a very simplified illustration of this concept to try and put this concept across to people. It's not really a specific comment, I think, on
And he's
the
isolating
movement
a third of an
football.
inch of deflection, which flat earthers just don't understand.
Right.
It's not
Yeah, that's-
that we
that's
don't
a lot.
understand, we just dispute it.
Yeah.
All right, hold on. So, why? You have to dispute it. That's why.
No. What happens is you have to beg the question. That's the fact. You have to.
Measurements are not begging the question yet again.
You have to beg the question that you're in space, that you're in orbit, that you're hurtling through the universe. You have to beg the question. So the flat earther asks, are we really moving at all? Is the Earth really in space? What is the Earth?
And they don't want the answers.
I can't speak for everybody. For me, I ask the harder, bigger questions. I'm not afraid of the answers. That's me.
You just hand wave the answers. That's all.
I don't have a cognitive bias. I don't have a predisposed conclusion. This is an ongoing process, an investigation. Everyone's involved in it.
You absolutely have a bias.
Yeah,
I don't.
That's just straight up lie, Merle. Come on.
I don't.
So Merle, why do hurricanes rotate?
Well, you could say it's a build-up of pressure and heat, and the Earth's movement is one of the things that could potentially cause it.
So the conditions are always ideal every time for any hurricane ever in the northern hemisphere to rotate counterclockwise.
Yeah, that's why they develop in very specific regions because of the weather patterns in that region. That also creates the pressure differences and the rotation. Welcome to weather.
But why is it not understood and discussed by meteorologists that that's the case?
Yeah, that's just the way people are taught. That's the indoctrination.
But that doesn't
explain.
guys know more than meteorologists. Come on now.
That's why they
know more than
the
everybody.
Northern hemisphere
No.
usually hit the Louisiana or Florida coast because they also, because of those same weather patterns, track in the same areas.
That does not explain the spinning. It explains the wind, right?
Yeah.
But not
the weather patterns, the pressure differences explains everything.
No, the pressure difference explains the spin, the wind, right? But not the spin, not the turning, right?
The wind currents in the areas where the initial storm is created creates that vortex, creates that spin.
And how does it do that?
Pressure.
Pressure makes it spin.
Convection.
All right.
All the things that create weather creates that.
So
nothing else.
So the hurricanes in the northern hemisphere always counterclockwise, but the ones in the southern hemisphere,
not always. The majority of the time.
I've never seen a hurricane in the northern hemisphere spinning clockwise.
Yeah, well, you're probably 50 years old. You might want to look into it.
Have you?
I've
have
never
you seen that?
No, I've never seen one. No, I've only seen about 6 hurricanes.
Do you know of one?
I've heard of them or heard they can exist. Never seen one. It's just no matter what, it's just because of the weather.
Mm-hmm. And RAQIA doesn't beg the question that the Earth is any particular thing.
No, he just makes shit up.
He's begging the question of the cause of a hurricane rotate. Yeah, he's begging.
Every
he's literally making claims without any evidence.
No, but
I don't deny that could be, right? I don't deny that, but weather patterns seem
You're
to be
begging the question,
Could be
Merle,
unicorn farts. That's just not productive at all.
Yeah, but it could also
Playing
be
the
gravity.
could be game is just pathetic.
Yeah, if they taught that those unicorns did that and put it in all the textbooks for 50 years, you would believe it. I wouldn't.
Oh yeah, right. You believe it when you see it on YouTube.
I've never heard a
So
flat
now it's
earther.
just straight lying then, I guess.
I've never heard a flat earther claim to know everything. That would be.
I've heard that.
No, he specifically
You
claims
guys
to know
do that
that,
all the
not very
time.
much.
You don't know.
You know, it's unfair. It's a wide brush.
No, it's not really unfair. It's quite fair.
It's unfair, and you know it.
Nah, it's actually quite fair. It's just as fair because I've heard. I don't remember who it is, but there's this guy in Flat Earth who always says, "You globbers, you think you know everything." Well, no one has ever heard me, for example, say I know everything because I don't think I know everything, and I don't say that I know everything. So a lot of people hear when I say, for example, that, well, it seems likely For example, that gravity exists. Well, you claim you know everything. No, did I say I know everything? Have I ever said that? No. So if it's fair for you guys to say that, it's fair for us to say that as well of you. And you can post those funny dog memes all you like, Merle. I know that you're triggered. You cannot handle me. Which, Merle, a question. Which one of us got triggered and blocked the other? I didn't block you, I didn't get triggered, but you got triggered and you blocked me. Just remember that, Merle.
Oh, he blocked you? Oh, Merle,
Yeah,
you didn't
yeah, he
block
blocked
him.
me. He blocked me, and now he
Yeah.
posts silly dog pictures as if that proves a point.
Yeah.
Yeah,
He
Merle,
reminds me
if
of
you,
my ex, you know?
if you have something to say, Merle, you can just say it in voice chat. You don't need to be a little cowardly bitch.
Oh, it's too funny, Laurie. You know what happened.
What is funny? You being a coward is funny.
How am I being a coward?
How are you laughing? How are
I
you laughing when
faced-
you're being a coward? How is you being a
I
coward
faced
funny?
you
If I was a coward like
with a
you,
very
I wouldn't
rational
laugh.
thing.
I would actually not be able to handle it because I would realize that I'm a coward. But you're just so deluded that you don't realize when you're being a coward and a bitch.
I didn't know we were in a relationship.
Yeah. So Merle, enlighten me, because you seem to think that something very drastic happened, and I think we have a disagreement on what exactly happened. So can you enlighten me what happened in your fantasy world? What happened?
I think you're on the couch tonight, man. You know what I mean? You're fucked, mate.
Well, good old Felix Baumgartner jumped off a platform in space, and he didn't land too far from where he jumped from.
Yeah. And what happened then?
And that's what happened. And it doesn't.
That's what happened. That's what happened, and that's why you post silly dog memes, and that's why you run away. Because Philip
no one ran away.
Baumgartner jumped
I'm
and you
still
ran
here.
away. No, but
Bow
you
wow
actually
wow.
blocked me, and that's
Bow wow
cowardly,
wow.
Merle. So, did Felix Baumgartner jumping from high make you run like a rat?
Can rats run?
Because that's, well, rats run all the time. You're a rat, and you're not the cute kind. You're the plague-spreading, mangy kind of a rat.
Oh. Do you feel better?
I feel better.
It doesn't.
honestly, talking
It
shit
doesn't
to you.
matter. It doesn't matter either way. I just find it funny, Merle, that you think that somehow you owned me in that discussion, but I owned you in every single way. The only thing that you had was your own delusion, because you somehow thought that you made a point. That's what flat earthers very often do. Essie does the same thing. He's deluded that he somehow bunked someone. And that delusion is all he has, and then he can courageously say, "Oh, I punked you. I taught you guys all, you know." Well, of course, everyone with any common sense or brains knows the reality that SE cannot punk anyone but himself. And the same goes for you, Merle. You didn't punk anyone. You didn't win the conversation. You're just deluded.
Well, enjoy
yeah.
winning, Laurie. You know,
Yeah, I'm enjoying winning. I just wonder,
because it's,
I just,
you know,
actually,
it's
Merle,
not gonna
to be
last
frank, Merle, I pity you, because I thought you were one of the good guys, but it seems that this conversation has gotten to you, and you just act like a bitch, and you kind of get all emotional about things. For example, I actually just made rational points in the conversation we had, but you started to go in some weird direction. Yeah, let me insult this guy because I cannot handle the pressure. Let me insult him and call him names. That's all you can do. Because you cannot handle a logical discussion. You cannot handle the pressure.
True.
Right. Okay. If you say
That's
so,
a fact.
Laurie. Yeah.
I say so. Yeah.
Yeah. Even though the example about reference frames pulled your pants
He's going
down
back to his delusions now.
and spanked your little chihuahua bottom, and I put you
okay.
outside,
Yep.
You didn't want to
Go
stay
ahead,
out
Meryl.
in the cold. You wanted to come in for a treat.
I think he has his
And now
delusional
you
mode
want,
on.
now you want another treat, and I'm not going to give you one. You need to stay outside and think about what you've done, Laurie. Okay,
That's-
you've been naughty,
That's nice.
and you need to understand that.
Do you okay, so do you know what that actually is, Meryl? That's called narrative crafting. Narrative crafting is a special kind of art that flat earthers have perfected. It's when you actually lose the discussion and you cannot handle the pressure and you don't have a logical argument, but then you, after the fact, you're like, yeah, I punked you, and you're out in the dark and you're crying, and it, like, it's all just your own opinion and your own fantasy La La Land ideas about what actually happened, and it just has nothing to do with reality.
Should we go for a walk later? I'll take
Yeah,
you for
sure.
a walk, okay? I think you've been inside too long.
Well, that's actually true. I've been studying in like, I have university classes. I wake up at 6 and my classes stop at 6, so it's every day like 12 hours just pure studying, and then I
Really?
come here to waste my time
Unwind.
after that.
What are you studying?
English translation, actually.
Cool, man. You speak good English.
Cheers. I get flack for having an accent, but in reality, I know that's not like no one honestly thinks professionally that that's any kind of a big deal.
He speaks good English, Merle, because he's been properly well indoctrinated, you see. That's the this is the result of the indoctrination process.
Yeah,
People learn useful skills.
definitely. It's not all bad. It's not all bad.
Merlin, do you know how to speak any other language other than English?
Yeah, little bits and pieces. I learnt French and Italian in primary school and high school. And I know a bit of Japanese too.
Do you speak them?
Not fluently and not regularly, no.
I see.
I used to
You
speak
should-
Japanese with my friend.
I think you should spend more time learning language than actually debating flat Earth, my dude.
Yeah, it's probably a good idea.
Yeah. It's honestly a good idea for everybody to stop debating about flat Earth and we start doing useful shit.
But it's so fun.
It's true.
It is fun when Kim was not around, of course.
This is just pure entertainment. Some people watch TV and some people laugh at flat earthers.
And some
Yeah,
people
fair
laugh at
enough.
globe heads.
Yeah, and those people who laugh at globheads are the flat earthers, we laugh at them.
Well, that's it. We're just here to entertain each other, right?
Hello, everybody. I mean, I'm always here to entertain myself.
Well, some of the flat earthers are actually here for looking for answers.
Yeah,
They
they're
claim.
trying to seek the truth, whatever the fuck that means.
Yeah.
I don't think they should come here to do that.
That's what I keep saying, Merle. That's a great point.
Well,
Like,
that's
if
what
you
all
really
flat
want the
earthers say.
answers, and if you really want to know how the world works, the last place I'd fucking go is a Discord server full of randos.
Yeah.
To be fair, I may disagree here. I learned a great deal from people on Discord, like when it comes to philosophy and history and politics and economics. But the thing that is that you speak with a flat earther, he comes with the prepositions that he truly deluded in, so he won't learn anything. So yeah, like I even doubt if he can actually learn anything outside Discord.
Yeah, they ask
No,
for
you
the
could definitely
evidence. They ask for the evidence. We give them the evidence. They deny the evidence. Then they insert their own reality.
I mean, you can learn in here. There's a lot of intelligent people in here right now. Like, there's any number of people you could start up a good line of conversation with, share life experiences. There's so much that could happen in here right now.
Yes,
So
yes,
not.
but the question is like this, Merlin. Okay, like the Star Wars trilogy, yeah, like the seasons and the parts, like the movies, right? Do you think it's fair to talk about like theory of that series or that movie, okay, Star Wars, while you have a guy who knows nothing and haven't watched a single movie, and he tried to hypothesize like about characters in Star Wars? You don't think it's that fair, right?
I agree with you.
Yeah, like you need to know about the things that you're talking about in order to either debunk it or provide a different theory, a hypothesis, whatever. And that's the problem with you flat earthers. You don't know physics, you don't know mathematics, and that's your problem. This is your weak point. And neither WITSIT gets it, neither Nathan gets it, and even QE, your God, your Jesus QE, he doesn't even get it.
You just made yourself sound really unintelligent.
Okay, thank you. Maybe this is the way to communicate with iffies, flippers.
Yeah,
You sound dumb, they will get
No,
to you.
actually, you hit.
When
No, actually, you hit the
call
nail
people
right on the head.
flirters, yeah, of course you're going to agree with them because you're biased. But
Refer to
you hit,
QE with
when you call
positive
people flirters and say people that follow QE as their god, you make yourself sound like no one wants to listen to you after that.
That's their
I agree.
No,
because
it's true.
the fucking years I spent learning mathematics and physics and doing experiments left and right and shit, and you come here with no fucking education about those things, and you try to debunk how the world works and how our physics is established, our heliocentric model. You're the left stock here, not me, because I've spent time. I spent real effort, not like you, driving a bus, driving a truck, driving a taxi, driving an Uber, and then come here and talk shit about the globe Earth, yet you have no idea what you're talking about. There's a huge difference.
So you put yourself above me because I'm driving a Jeep right now, right? And you're a physicist.
I put myself above you is because you talk about things you have no clue what you're talking about. Okay,
really?
And that's the problem. Yes,
really?
you don't.
Like what?
Yeah, if
RAQIA, it would be
physics and
it
mathematics.
would be like me
Physics and
trying to tell
mathematics.
you.
It would be like
me.
you telling me how to use a theodolite, correct?
No, yeah, it would be like me trying to tell you how to do construction or whatever you do.
Across the ocean. That would be like you telling me how to do that, right? Because those are things I do, right? So I wouldn't tell you how to.
Yeah, but the thing is, when you talk about navigating, across the ocean, and we say, hey, you got to use. Sometimes you got to use the stars to navigate, or a sextant. And then we say, well, a sextant wouldn't work on a flat Earth. And you come back and say, oh, what are you talking about? Sextant works on a flat Earth because we live on a flat Earth. That's just being stupid.
It would work on a flat Earth, right?
No, it wouldn't work on a flat Earth.
You couldn't calculate to a certain degree.
No, it wouldn't.
Using
See, that's where we part ways.
Really? And you can't plot out on
at 45 degrees
map point A to point B. And say to get to point A and point B. Is someone talking? I'm sorry. You were really low, whoever that was, to me.
No, as long as you stay at the 45th parallel, you'll be okay. I think they'll both work on a flat or a globe at 45. But anything outside, above or below the 45th parallel, it won't work on a flat Earth.
Okay, so, but you see my point, right? I don't put myself above that other guy because he doesn't know how to set up a theodolite, right? That would show my ignorance because he could easily, come and learn and listen and if he's intelligent enough, he would easily pick up on it. So it's not like,
It wouldn't take too long to learn how to use a theodolite. That probably doesn't take much.
It doesn't take too long to learn how to use a sextant either, or to learn perspective, or to learn,
Exactly.
me and you have probably spent more hours behind the lens of a camera than he has, right? So
but it takes a lot of time. But hold on, the difficulties and the things that you need to learn is not proportional to both of them. It's actually exponential. For example, to a major like physics and mathematics, you need to understand many different concepts. You need to learn many things. You need to understand other like phenomenons. How do they actually act in the real world, and how we can describe them mathematically to actually create accurate models that represent reality. You need to know all of those things to actually then debate the nature of our reality, because you're begging the question. Every time you say the flat Earth, you're begging the question. You need to prove.
I agree.
You need to prove that the flat Earth exists in the first place. Then we can discuss if this thing is gonna work on a flat Earth model or no. Because you can't really tell. You can't. You can't really. Hold on. I'm still speaking, motherfucker. Hold on. I'm still speaking. Excuse me. Sorry, I cussed you. I didn't mean to. It's a bad habit when I come to the server. So whenever you have a model or you have an instrument and you want to say it works on the flat Earth, you need to substantiate that. And the way that we do it, how we substantiate it, we do a model. We try to see if there's any contradictions, any incoherencies. You don't have a model. So whenever you say that it works on a flat Earth, you don't.
Where the water holds with the banks, I can create that model right now, right? So
okay, then do that model.
Sort of a model.
Create. Okay, so you have a model.
Then when we show you that model that you say you create in your mind, you call it a straw man.
Yeah, I don't think
Right?
I do, but anyway. So you're a mathematics guy.
So I'm gonna record you.
Talking again?
I'm gonna record you that you said you have a model.
Math? Is geometry math?
Sorry?
Is geometry math? You said you're a mathematics major.
I'm not a mathematics major, but I study math in my major.
Okay,
I'm
you
a
study
physics major.
mathematics. Is geometry math?
It's a part of math, yeah.
Okay, so you agree that horizontal lines do not deviate, don't curve, correct? I mean, we all agree on that. I don't think you would disagree. But I don't
Go
know
with the
if it
drop
works.
from horizontal argument.
No, if you would, if you don't mind.
Here's the
You're
Bev
here
tard.
for a reason.
Here
Are
it
you
comes,
here,
boys.
Are you here to shut down the conversation or to let me
Here
have
it
a
comes.
conversation?
You ever heard Bev? Here it comes.
So I'm just asking him. This has nothing to do with Bev. This is what I've
Sure
done
it
all
does.
my
Let's
life.
see.
No,
let's find out.
Listen, my dude. Like I honestly, I have done this. Listen. I've done this many times with you. Honestly, I'm getting tired. You either bring your model, bring your arguments, because I want to debate. Yeah, I want to debate you. I don't want to teach you. I want to debate. Yeah, what's your claim?
Right now.
What's your claim? Show me your claim.
Oh my
That's
God,
a question. That's a question.
Does a horizontal line curve?
I'm not gonna answer you, man. You answer that for yourself. I want to hear your claims so I can debunk them. Provide me the claims.
So you don't want to do anything else. You want to do what you want to do. You don't want to answer a simple question.
No, we want to have a debate. Have you ever seen a debate? We ask questions. We don't ask questions in debates, dude. We ask to clarify things, but we don't ask questions to understand reality. We debate.
Clarify for me. In your model, does a horizontal line curve?
No.
Okay, in your model, can I create a horizontal plane above a surface of water?
A horizontal plane above a surface of water?
Uh-huh.
Is that surface of water flat?
Let's say it's static. So call it what you want. It's not moving.
It's a vague question. I don't understand by static. What do you mean by static? What are you trying to get?
Not moving. I clarified.
So you should
not
be
moving.
one to be able to answer
You don't sound. You.
It is possible. Yeah. You can create a horizontal plane. Yeah, over a surface of water. Go on.
Okay, in your education and infinite wisdom, and as the person who is much smarter than me, how would you do that?
Condescending.
Which way you want to do it? Physically or abstractly?
Let's do it physically first. How would we create that horizontal plane over static water? What tools would you use? What's the process that we?
Just comes and asks the same questions every fucking day. He did this yesterday. He did it the day before.
Bro, let him have the
It's boring as fuck.
Hold on.
Dude.
Hey, listen.
Very smart. He's well educated. He's gonna teach me how to do it.
I'm not gonna teach you how to do it because I'm here to debate. If you wanna ask how and why is that, we can do it later. No. Listen, brother. I wanna debate. I'm sorry, man. I'm here to debate. This is a debate chat. It's a debate chat.
He is debating, bro.
Give me a claim. Listen, man, I'm not here to teach you, motherfucker.
And to be fair, you asked for this Chemo's lawyer, and he's given it to you right in the fucking sphincter.
And you
so
just
enjoy
asked
it.
me to ask you how. I'm asking you how would I do
No,
that?
he's not. He's
I'm not gonna.
Socratically tried to
I'm
lead
not
him down
obligated
one path
to
for
show you
gotcha.
how.
That's all he's doing.
No, not show me.
I'm not obligated to teach you how, my dude. I'm waiting for a claim.
Don't teach
I'm waiting for a claim.
Just tell me. Don't teach me.
Just
or
get to
show
the
me. Just
claim,
tell me how you
RAQIA.
do
No.
it.
I want to hear the claim, dudes. We don't do this in the court.
define your position, RAQIA.
Go straight to the claim. Don't go through the gotcha.
My claim
Come on
is
now.
when you create a horizontal plane over static water and you measure drop from that horizontal plane, you don't get deviation. You don't get a drop. It's two horizontal lines. The water creates a horizontal line, and the plane above it that you created, that you say can be created, you just don't know how.
Okay,
But
can
you
you
can-
back that up?
You can
I disagree.
We have
re-establish that
evidence for
again,
this.
right? Rakia, do you agree that you can re-establish that further away from that line, again a line, and
Absolutely.
further
You
a line?
extend the
Yeah,
horizontal plane
you
as
can
far as
re-establish that again and again. So this means that your experiment does not distinguish between any shapes at all, right?
Well, then you're not doing it right. If you're not creating a horizontal plane in the first place, then you're
But
not
you
doing
Where's
a
the
realize
horizontal
evidence
plane.
for this
If
claim?
you're doing it, what you're doing, you
Why isn't the
re-establish the
smart guy
line
in the room?
again and
Why
again and
isn't the
again, right?
well-educated physicist telling us how to do this?
Where's the evidence for this claim?
Because I'm dumb, right? Why are y'all asking me questions?
Rakia, where's
I'm
the evidence
dumb
for your
one.
claim, dude? Come on.
Why would you want
You make
evidence
a
from a dumb
claim
person?
and then you
We have
provide
one of the
evidence.
smartest-
Otherwise, you're just making
We
claims
have one of
willy-nilly.
the
Come on, bro.
smartest people, most educated people in the world, a physicist in
Yeah,
the room.
and now we're asking you
Why
to
are
back
you
up your
asking a
claim.
flat earther
Now we're
anything?
just asking you to
Doesn't
back up
that
your claim.
make
That's
you
it. I don't know why
stupid?
you're getting so mad
Why- I'm
and
not
you're going
mad.
off
It's
about
just
him being a
understanding
physicist.
why the
All
other
we're
guy
doing is
isn't
asking
telling
you to
us.
back up your fucking claim, dude. Come on.
Why back up? Why are you asking someone who's obviously stupid?
Because
and
you
retarded?
made the claim
Because
and
you
now
always
you
make
have
the
to back
claim.
it up.
So now it's on me. It's not on the smart guy. He doesn't want
You
any
just
part of
made
this
a
anymore.
claim and
So
now
where did
you
he
have
go?
to back it up.
Where did the smart physicist go?
Why aren't you backing up your
Did
claim,
he
Rakia?
leave?
Do you have no
I'm
evidence?
here.
I
I'm
understand why
here,
you're
my
so
dude.
mad if you have no
Yeah, what-
evidence for your
Do
claim.
you want to follow up? Do you want to keep going, or you?
Yeah, I want to follow up, but I want to hear your claim, my dude. I'm here to debate,
You
not here to
just
teach.
heard it. Are you hard of hearing?
We
You
are
can
here
do
to
an
debate, Rokia. I
experiment
think
in
you're in the wrong
physics
place.
class
If you
that
want, I can send you a
damages
physics
your
lecture, my
hearing.
dude. I'm sorry, like maybe you're in the wrong place.
I'm not your dude. First of
You're
all.
in the wrong place,
You're not
motherfucker.
above
Then
me. Second of all, and if you want to have a conversation, I'll be glad to talk to you about.
no,
that.
I'm not having a conversation. I'm having a debate. I want to debate.
Okay,
What's
so
your fucking claim?
you just heard my claim that you can create a horizontal plane and there is no drop to, let's say, static water.
His claim
where's your
is
evidence?
horizontal is level.
Where's your evidence, my dude?
Hydrostatics is my evidence. Water seeks and finds its level.
No, your evidence.
Substantiate that.
Come on.
Evidence is that he did this a few years ago.
I'm telling you this is my evidence. You have to trust me. We're on BC. We're talking.
No, that's not how this works.
Okay, so it's done then? You don't
You made a
sorry, man. I
claim,
don't
and
appeal
now
to
you gotta
emotions. I
back
don't
it up
trust fucking
with
You
values.
actual
said it
evidence.
was possible. You said it was possible to create a horizontal plane. I said I've done that. You've basically said, what's your claim? And I said, well, when you create the horizontal plane that we both agree can be created over static water, I say there's no drop. Now, shouldn't you debunk that? Like, shouldn't?
No,
isn't that
you
what
should
wanted
back
to
it
do?
up. That's
Yeah,
not
you
how
gotta
this
provide
works.
evidence
You
for
make
it.
the claim that you back it up.
He said more than
It's not that
several
you make the
times,
claim and then
just
you
make
say,
a
now
claim
debunk
so I
me.
can debunk it.
Change my mind.
Just
Come on
its
now, I'm
exact
right.
words.
You guys
If
are
if you
now
want
have
me to say it word for
debunk
word, I
my
think it was
claim.
like, "Hey, dude, make a claim so I can debunk it. I want to debate."
No,
No,
you need to show
make a
evidence
claim
that
and
what
back it up with
That's what it was
evidence.
exactly.
Then. It's not that fucking hard, dude. Come on.
Okay, so hey, dude, I've made a claim. Now debunk
Now
it.
back it up.
So it wasn't
It's
just
not
make
that
a claim so I
hard.
can debunk it.
Claim,
Now it's
then
make
evidence.
a claim.
Claim,
Yes, man.
then evidence.
Show me
If he
video
has to
evidence,
debunk your
and then
evidence,
I
then
may
that's
or
one
may not
thing.
debunk it.
You can't just
Rokia-
debunk a claim with no evidence. This is fucking stupid, dude. Are you a fucking
It's just
adult?
a claim. It's just a claim.
Rokia, we're not talking philosophy. We're not talking logic and concept. We're talking about the reality, the physical world. So in order you to provide a claim, you need to provide an evidence. Because I can talk about aliens and Jesus and angels. I don't have to provide you a claim. But here you go, fucking go and debunk me. It doesn't work this way, Rokia. I think
Okay,
you're
so
truly
what
in the wrong
evidence?
place.
What evidence would you take?
Any at this point.
Provide me any evidence. I will look it up.
What evidence?
Show us the
What do you
evidence.
mean, what evidence?
That there's
Show
no
us the
evidence.
Evidence that a horizontal plane can be created? Just look up.
No,
how
because you
the
both
outline
agreed
works.
to
They
that.
create horizontals.
You both
No,
agreed
I
to that.
agree.
Your claim was that there's no deviation from the horizontal. Now you have to back that up with
So
evidence.
you want a picture of me holding a tape showing no deviation?
If
We
you
need some
think
kind of
no.
methodology. Yeah.
Okay, so just picture that.
So we can critique the methodology and the evidence. Yes, that's how that works.
Okay, so can you picture a tape measure going down over water from a grade
Come
stake
on, dude.
and
This is
showing no
pathetic.
deviation?
You
So
wouldn't
let's
accept
get
this
past
evidence
that,
from
right?
us. We're just asking for regular evidence. Why have a double standard of evidence? We're just asking,
I don't have double
showing
standard. I
us
didn't
what
ask for it.
happened and why you're
He
making this
asked for
claim.
me to make a
If you
claim.
don't
I made
have
a very
evidence for this
specific
claim, then
claim.
don't make
He
the claim
said
in
he
the
would
first place,
debunk
because
it.
otherwise you look
Now
fucking
he
stupid.
needs something else. Does he need me to hold his hand while he debunks it? Or does he know
No,
nothing?
you need to show evidence.
Does he know
You
nothing
know what?
how this works
You know
for
what?
you.
Listen. You know what? It's fine. He made the claim. You can make it. I say no. When you make a horizontal plane over the surface of the water, there will be deviation, and that's my claim. Here we go. Fuck the evidence. Let's make claims till the end of time. Let's fucking make claims till the end of doomsday. How about this? We will never get something done because we don't took evidence.
You don't need evidence for claims anymore.
Yeah,
man.
yeah,
You just
fuck
have to make
the evidence.
claims and then make sure that they try and debunk them.
Dude,
I don't need evidence. Can you picture a tape measure in your mind, and then at the other side of the lake, there's another tape measure in your mind, and that's my evidence.
Yeah. You know what? I believe the Nazis.
Dave, I actually thought you were better than this, dude.
Yeah, I'm in DC. We're
that's
talking about.
that's my fault. I actually thought that you
Why
knew
are
how
you
to
involved
do
in
it.
this conversation? I was talking to the educated guy.
No, man, I thought
gonna
that you knew
debunk
how
my
this works,
claim?
and that's my fault. I give you way too much credit than you deserve, because you can't even follow your claims with actual evidence, and you just want him to debunk your claims without any evidence. And I actually
I
thought
want
that
him
you
to
knew
do
how
what he
this
said he was going to
process
do,
worked.
which was for me to. He wanted to debate me, right? He wanted me to make a claim.
Yeah,
I did,
and then
He
back it
said,
up with evidence.
Yeah,
why
where's
are
your
you
evidence?
So when did that come in?
That's what happens every time you make a claim. You back it up with evidence. So then, if they have
in a
something to
debate,
debunk
that's what
it or some
happens.
kind of critique, then
In
that's
a
how that
debate,
works.
that's what happens.
Yes, my dude. It's a debate. That's what
I'm
happens,
not your
motherfucker.
dude. You don't sound very smart. Are you
Oh
sure
my
you're
God.
educated?
Listen, man, you're the last one to talk about it. Okay, provide your evidence.
Debates
Are
from
you
now
gonna
on
debunk
are
my
just
claim or not?
exchanging claims with no evidence.
Are you going to debunk my claim or not?
Dude, are you gonna debunk my claim that there are Nazis living in the dark side of the moon?
No, I cannot do that. I'm not doing that.
Why not? Why not?
Are you going to debunk
And
my
it must
claim
be
about
true.
the subject we're talking about?
Are you gonna debate me that my claim is that there are aliens who's controlling our
No, it
minds?
could
Are you
be
gonna
true.
debate that one?
It
It could
definitely
be true.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, why do you think so?
I mean, I don't have any.
Oh, you see,
Yeah.
you don't have evidence. So why
I don't
are you
have
debunking
evidence
me?
to your alien claim. No.
So why do you
To the
so why do you think
contrary,
it's
so I
true?
can't
So
disprove you. Do you have evidence to
Do you
my claim
think
to
that
debunk
him
me?
making baseless claims, RAQIA, is stupid? Do you
Lol.
It's not a
think that
baseless
that's a
claim,
proper
right?
way for adults to argue? Is just to
You
make
think
baseless
me
claims
making
without
a claim
evidence?
about a horizontal line not curving is baseless?
Well, if you just
Nobody
say it's
said
not
that
evidence, it is
horizontal
baseless.
line curves. You're just fighting
to
us
provide
on it and
evidence.
get tuckered out, buddy.
Provide
I have to
evidence that it's
provide
not
evidence
curving.
that a horizontal line doesn't curve.
Nobody
Provide evidence that
disputes
the water
that.
is
We
not
can go
curving
Part in
underneath the
contention is where
horizontal
you
line.
say that there's deviation from the horizontal, and you're saying that there's no deviation from the horizontal, that the lake is horizontal, and the line that you create is horizontal. And now we're just asking you to back up that claim that they don't deviate from each other. And this is where you're failing very, very hard.
Yeah, I'm driving down the road, and you want me to do what?
Then don't make claims you can't back up. You're just wasting time.
He asked me very pointedly to make a claim.
And I can tell you that no
He
evidence,
desired-
no
So
claim.
now you look fucking stupid.
To debate me, and for
So
me to make
we
a
get
claim,
it.
he said,
So, Rocky,
make
you're not
a
in any
claim, my
position to
dude,
debate right now.
so I can
You're not
debunk
in any
it.
position to debate.
Exactly.
You have
You
no
can't
evidence.
back up your claim, so why even open your mouth, dude? Come on.
You
Listen,
can't
and
debunk my claim.
Rakia, my dude, if you're driving, right?
Dude,
You're driving. You're driving. Listen, if you, no, if you're driving,
I was
go
smart
mute.
enough to get my CDL, and we have
Go mute.
wireless things. You know, they're called earphones. We don't even
No,
have
no,
to
no, no,
hold
no,
our
no, no.
device. Yeah.
When you're paying attention,
what?
when you're paying attention to a
Guess
voice
what?
chat, you lose attention on the road.
How much attention does it take to talk?
Quite a lot, honestly.
You know, my dude. You know what a CDL is? We're
My
required to have
my dude, you can't pull evidence.
Hey,
You
my
can't pull
dude.
evidence. You can't do
my
shit.
dude.
It's a commercial.
Hey,
We
my
know,
dude.
Stepwise.
Rocky, it's a commercial driver's license. Yes, got it.
Hands-free means I have my hands on the wheel. I'm all good to talk.
Except the other
Okay?
day you were posting in
what's
Discord
required.
and you're posting pictures from driving. So
Yeah, I
we can't
stop
trust
sometimes.
you
Hey,
in
my
your
dude.
safety.
Hey, my dude. When we're
So
driving,
you can't even back up
we-
your claims, yet
we
you still
stop
made the
sometimes.
claims, and you're trying to have them debunk your claims.
Hey,
You're in
my
no
dude.
position
We
to
stop
actually
sometimes,
debate.
and I can post
So
things.
if you can't back up your claims and he
Notice
asks
I'm
you to
not
make
posting
claims, then
anything right now, my
just
dude.
go on mute.
Hey, my dude.
Your ego is making you just
No,
having to
your
scream into the
ego
microphone while you're
means-
driving down the road, my dude.
Hey, my dude, it's amazing how dumb people can drive down the road and use touchless, voiceless communication. It amazes even me. I don't even know how I plugged it in. I'm so stupid.
We
So I
know,
should've
dude.
called-
We
I
know you
should've
can't
called
back
a
up your claims.
physicist.
We know from
A
just the
physicist
standard of
that thinks
evidence
he's
that you
so
are
much
going to
smarter
accept
than me
and the way
to
that you're
try
going
and
to
help me
debate,
do it.
my dude. Come on.
Yeah, my dude. So at what point
Come
does
on, my
water start
bro.
curving? Hey, my dude.
You think we'd be able to
smart
convict
guy,
somebody without
well
evidence?
educated in math.
Why
what
would you make
distance does
claims
water
you
start
can't
curving
back up?
from
Is
my
this just
feet?
a masturbatory exercise that you're doing while you're driving? Come on.
My dude.
Could we send
Don't worry
someone to
about me.
jail without evidence?
What do you mean about jail?
You
What
just
are
need
talking about,
claims,
jail?
man. You don't need evidence.
Could you convict
This is the
someone
new
without
way
evidence?
that we debate. We just exchange claims and try to debunk claims, and nobody has to provide any evidence. It's beautiful.
Yeah, that seems about right.
It's the flat Earth way, man.
I want to debunk your claim about curving water. Provide your evidence of curving water.
I didn't make that claim.
Yeah,
the only
no,
one who
that's
made a
why I'm
claim
not
in this
talking to
debate
you.
so
You're
far
inserting yourself
is
into
you
this
saying that they're
conversation.
horizontal and that they don't deviate at all. Except for when you're asked to back up your claims with evidence, you just start crying about it.
You want me to show you a picture?
Yeah,
My
we just have
dude.
to.
Would you?
We just have
Would
to
you
take
put
your
your
word
head on
for
the
it.
pillow and just?
We just gotta
Why
take
would I
your
take
word
his
for it,
word
Rocky,
for it?
all
His
right?
word is shit.
Why is this guy even
Yeah,
talking?
I did this 2 years ago. Really? Where's the
Because
documentation?
we're
Where's
just
the measurement?
exposing you for looking really dumb right now for making claims without any evidence. Then you're literally
what you're
crying about it. You're
I'm not
asking him to debunk your claims, even though you've provided no evidence besides "trust me at my word." Imagine a tape measure in your
I never
mind.
said trust
Come
me.
on,
I just
dude.
said
This
if
is
you
some
want to move
fifth
forward
grade
in the
bullshit,
conversation.
bro.
Yeah, you said
Just
trust
think
me.
about it happening,
You
right?
did
I
say
don't
trust
trust
me,
you.
and you said imagine a tape measure in your mind. You know how fucking dumb that is for
Yeah,
providing
you know how
evidence for
dumb
your
it
claim?
is.
man, it's so dumb.
Come on,
It
man.
is dumb to say imagine.
I
agree.
thought you were better than this, and I was wrong.
Well,
That's on
as I
me.
was driving,
That's
I was
really
saying I
on
can't
me.
post pictures. Yeah.
Yeah, and since you're driving, why make a claim that you can't back up? You're just jerking yourself off in your
Because
I
truck.
don't even think. I don't even think if he wasn't driving, he still wouldn't be able to back it up.
Yeah, I
That's
can post
true.
pictures
He has
That is
no.
true.
He has
Yeah.
no documentation of this test that he did.
What are you talking about?
Yeah, we can't critique the methodology. We can't critique anything about it because he's never shown anything except for his own just trust
This
me claim that he
methodology
did
that
this
we agree
experiment.
that is easily happens, right?
So if I tried to back up my claims by saying trust me and imagine a tape measure in your mind, is that something that you would accept, Dave? Come on.
No, I wouldn't accept it as evidence, but I would go on.
Then why would you expect us to accept it?
I didn't.
Do you think that we're fucking retarded? Do you think that we're as retarded as you are? Come on.
Yeah, you can call me whatever you want, but y'all say imagine all the time. Like,
Why do you think we would accept evidence that you would not accept? Why is there a double standard? Why the
If you
hypocrisy?
said, "Look, I can't show you. I don't have the picture in front of me. Just say this happened so we can talk about it." I wouldn't go ballistic and say
Because I
call
wouldn't
you
trust
retarded.
you, and I would not expect you to trust
I'm not
me.
asking you to trust me.
That
I
is
was
not
just asking you-
evidence.
I'm not
Evidence
even
is not
asking
like,
you
trust me,
anything.
man,
I
I
wasn't
did it.
even talking
Come
to
on,
you.
just trust me, bro.
I actually wasn't even talking to you. I was talking to the smart physicist who was
The
going to
difference
debunk
is
my
we can
claim.
provide.
No, you were just failing so
can
hard that
provide
I had to jump in and
there's-
expose your
we can
bullshit.
provide entire books where the curvature of the Earth has been measured. What can
Entire
you provide?
books. You can
Yes.
And entire experiments that geodetic surveyors have done, but you handled it.
geodetic surveyors measure slope, deviation from a benchmark of elevation.
No,
based
no,
on
no, no.
mean
That's
sea level.
differential leveling.
Yeah.
No, that's differential leveling, bro. That's different than actually having to account for curvature. Is
Yeah,
this
they
your
don't-
first day on the job? I know you're in your truck.
Elevation.
I know you don't have access to pictures. I know you can't back up your claims. I guess this is just over.
Elevation. Oh, so you can?
Differential leveling. Oh,
So his claim.
so
now
if
your
I
claim is
post pictures
geodetic
in chat,
surveyors do
you're
not
gonna look at them while you're driving. Is that what you're saying? If I post
saying,
articles, if I post
you
back
tell
up
me
to
how
my
you've
position,
debunked-
you're gonna
No.
totally just pull over and
No,
look
I'm
at those.
asking you if you've measured curvature.
Have I measured curvature?
Very simple question. Do
Yeah,
you
yeah.
want me to repeat it? Have you measured curvature?
I have. We redid the reciprocal zenith angle measurements.
And what's your name?
My name is your mom. I'm at the bottom.
What
dude.
an ass you are. So have you ever measured drop from horizontal?
Yeah.
Over what?
Over land.
How would you measure, how would you know land is not just topography and you're measuring drop over that? Why wouldn't you do
well,
it
because
over water?
because there's these things called you know, where it measures your elevation, so you can make sure you're at the same elevation
That's
on
based
both
on
points.
sea level.
Huh.
That's a height altitude above a baseline
Exactly.
of water.
So if I'm at 0, I'm at 0, and if I'm at 100 on both sides, I'm at 100 on both sides, and there's no change in elevation.
That doesn't
This
show a
must be
curve.
your first day.
That doesn't show a curve. That just shows slope and differential and
No, that's
elevation
not
change.
differential
Based
in
on a
elevation
benchmark.
when we're both at the same elevation.
Yeah,
Dude,
you can be.
the
You can be.
difference
Hey,
is
dude.
0.
Hey, dude.
The difference
you can
is
be on the
0.
top of a hill, on either side of a hill, and be at the same elevation.
Oh my god.
Oh
So
my God. Yeah.
no,
Oh
we
my
know
God.
what differential leveling is. It's not the same
Do
as
you know what?
as
Do you
being
know
at
what
the
sea
same
level
elevation.
is? Do you know what sea level is?
Oh no, you should explain it to me.
So you just gonna do this the whole day?
No, you should explain that to me too. Come on, man.
I'm done with you.
Do you know what?
Yeah, come on, man.
I just said that we are based on an elevation above sea level, and then you go on to ask me if I know what sea level is. Are you fucking?
That's all that is. Yeah, I'm just saying that's your 0 point, right?
Yeah, that's what surveyors use as a 0 point would be. a
Right. So any elevation above or below that is the difference, right?
Yeah, sure.
And if you're 2 foot above sea level and you go down to sea level, that's just a slope. That's just elevation change. There's nothing to do with a curve. So
We're not-
where
that's not
did
what
you
we're
measure
talking
a
about.
curve?
We're
again?
talking
Still
about
not
points that
talking
are at
differential leveling.
We're talking
We're
about
still
two
not
you
points
measure
that are at the
curve
same
again over
elevation.
land?
I just said
We're talking
like
about 2 points that are
this
at
will
the
be
same
like the 4th
elevation.
time that I said
Above
that we're
sea level.
both at the same elevation
Yeah,
above
two
sea level.
different
We're
points
both
can be
at
at
the
the
same
same
elevation
elevation, yeah,
above the
100 foot.
datum.
Yeah, if you're
Do
100
you want
foot
me to
above
say it
sea
a 5th
level,
time? Or are you going to ask me a
you
dumb
could have
question like,
a
do you know what
million
sea
points
level
at
is?
100 foot above sea level. Yeah, that doesn't have anything to do with anything. It doesn't have.
So
Definitely
if,
doesn't
so if
show a
I'm at
curve.
100 feet and the other total station is at 100 feet above sea level, is there a differential, or is the differential wait, 100 minus 100, 0? Oh, the difference is 0. Okay, got it.
So where's the curve again?
It's measured in the drop from the theodolite, would be 1. 2
Drop
would
from
be
the theodolite.
zenith angle measurements are different, so there's no parallel plumb lines. So that's 2 ways in one beautiful experiment.
If your plumb lines aren't parallel, then they're not plumb.
Bullshit of the flat Earth.
And there's a third way, right? You can measure distances, and when you plot them on a flat plane, they don't match up. The actual distances from just 4 points.
I didn't do that, yeah.
Right, and the diagonals in between. But some other people did it, right?
I would suggest you go create a horizontal plane over static water and then measure the drop from that, and that would give you a more
Why
accurate.
water? Why can't I do it from 2 points that are the same elevation
So
above
why won't
the
you?
datum?
Why wouldn't you?
Because
Why
I
are
don't
you
live
scared?
at sea level, bro. I don't
Why
live
are
at
you
sea
scared?
level. I'm not
You
scared.
don't have to be at sea level. Any
You
body
just
of
said
water.
that 2 points at 100
All
feet above
bodies of
sea
water
level
have
are
to
both
curve.
they're both at the same elevation, right?
All
There's no
bodies of water
differential
have
in
to
that
curve.
elevation. Why are you scared?
I'm not
Why does
scared of
everything
anything
have to be over water? I want the least amount of
because
refraction
that's going to
possible.
show you if water is curving or not.
I want
You
the
can't
least
tell.
the land curve. So therefore,
Yeah, why
the
not go
water
to the top
curve.
of a mountain?
Land can curve.
Come
Yeah,
on,
you can
dude.
shape the land in any shape
It's
you want.
very
I can make
convenient
a
when you
hill
can just
right now
ignore all the
slope,
other evidence and you
a
just go and
curve.
you just want your one specific thing.
I can measure the top of the hill, the bottom of the hill, and make it curved. Yeah, I can do
That's
that.
differential leveling.
Right, but you
We know
can't
how
do that over
elevation
water.
works.
You
We know that
can't
you
make
don't
the
know how
water curve
elevation
no matter how you measure it.
We know how elevation
You
works.
know why? You know
Yeah,
why you
the-
can't
the
do that?
plumb lines,
You
you
know
don't have to
why
be at
you
the
won't
same
ever
elevation.
do it? Because
There's
you
no
are
reason for it to be the
scared
same
to
elevation.
find out that water does not curve.
No,
and you
that's
need
not
it
true
to
at
curve.
all. I just
Well, then
proved
why
that
don't
the
you do
land
it?
curves.
Then I
If the
challenge you to
land
do
curves, then the water curves. Has nothing to do with elevation at
So-
all. I've
so you're
told
not
you
gonna
like
measure the
7
water
times
then?
now that both stations were at the same
So
elevation
I'm calling
above
you out
the
right now. I'm
datum.
challenging you to do
Both,
it over water.
both points were done.
You
We'll
sound
have the same
very
result.
smart in surveying.
We'll have
You
the
could
same
easily
exact
do it over
results.
water.
Yes.
How long would it
Go
take, do
out.
you think?
Go out and do this special thing for RAQIA that other people have
No,
already
do it for
done
yourself. Don't
because
do
he
it for
just
me. I
demands
don't
it.
need
Because
anything
he'll
from
hand
you.
wave like a toddler
No,
the
I don't
evidence
need
that's
it.
shown
Don't even
him.
come back. Don't even come back and tell me your results. Do it for yourself.
I did it for myself. I just
Over
didn't have it
water?
over
Not
water.
over water. Yeah, do it over water for yourself.
Why?
I'll get the same exact results. It's
How you know
already
that?
been
You're
done.
just assuming.
I did it over land because
You're just
that's what I have
assuming.
around here. And I found the same exact results as those who have done it over water,
You
those who have done
created
it
a
over land.
horizontal
If the
plane
water
over
curves, the
land
land
and found
curves, then
curve.
everything curves. And it's fun to see you pretend like it doesn't, or
It's
that you're
fun to
trying to
see
make
you
a
not
special
do it
exception
and
of
assume you
you have
know
to
the
do it over
result.
water because RAQIA said so. Come on,
Well, to
bro.
prove that water is
It's
curving,
pathetic,
you have
dude.
to do it over water. Yeah.
This is
You have to
pathetic.
measure the water to not assume that it's
I
curving.
measured the land to make sure
You
that it
create a
curved.
horizontal plane over land and found curvature?
I
That's
just
strange.
said that, dude. Are you fucking deaf?
Yeah, but you didn't say you created a
You must
horizontal
be
plane.
fucking deaf. Yes.
So my question was, did you create a horizontal plane?
That's what total stations and theodolites do.
No, they don't. Not always.
They measure angles. And
Yeah.
so we establish the vertical
So the
and make
angle's a
sure that
horizontal plane?
we're at a zero zenith, and then we establish a horizontal from that point. Is this
So
your first day,
measuring a
bro? Come
horizontal
on.
is not the same thing as measuring an
Come
angle,
on,
correct?
RAQIA. This is not looking good for you, bro.
Yeah, it's
Come
not
on.
looking good for you when you refuse to go do it over water, which would be so easy for someone
Why
as
would
smart and as
I already
intelligent
did it over
and as
land.
accomplished as you as
Other
a
people
surveyor.
have already done it over water.
I get it.
Doing it
I get
over
it.
and over and over
I
again.
get it.
just
You're not
proves
gonna do
He
it.
doesn't
You've never done
understand
it.
that you would
You've
get
never
You're
the
just
same
hand
result. That's the
waving.
problem.
You're just hand waving my evidence.
mean do it
and
over and over again?
over
You've
water.
never done it.
Everyone stop! Everyone stop! Everyone stop!
Yeah.
Stop! 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 Everyone stop! Can anyone hear me?
I think you're listening to audio somewhere
Yeah,
else.
we hear you, Jim.
Okay, well, will you stop, guys?
I think you're listening to YouTube or something. It's quiet.
All right, did they stop? Oh, yeah, I am sorry.
That is hilarious. Like we're literally all on mute and you're still yelling.
Sorry, I do apologize. Somebody just sent me to YouTube to sort something out, and I forgot I had it open.
I had that battle one time. It's like, why won't anybody let me talk? Oh, shit.
Oh, right. Well, sorry, I didn't mean to stop it. It was just that everyone seemed to be talking over everyone else, and it was a big mess. But of course, that was because I had YouTube open. I do apologize. Please.
Nah, it was all good. Everybody was talking over everybody.
Get back to where you were.
Yeah, there was really no talking
Yeah, I
over
think
each other.
you were talking over each other, but it's just I had it double. And delayed 20 seconds.
Okay, so the reciprocal zenith angles with the plumb bobs, or with the plumb, you don't have to even have that at the same elevation.
No, he's okay. I think he's working, isn't he?
That is true.
No, he's
Yeah,
not
you don't
really-
have to have it over the same elevation.
That's what's
okay.
That's what's
He's-
beautiful.
he's
You can do it from mountain to mountain, 20 miles
Okay.
away.
And also over water, wouldn't you get the same result? So I don't know why he's crying when he wants to see it over water.
Well, the fun part is that I could do it over water, and he'll still ignore it.
Has nothing to do with slope, Kima. You have to understand,
Yeah,
like
you
the
weren't-
reciprocal zenith angles, absolutely does not give a shit about the elevation of each location. We're not. It doesn't even have to do with horizontal. There's no requirement for horizontal, and except for establishing your baseline.
No, it doesn't. It doesn't. Well,
Well, again, you have to understand what you're measuring before you make that statement. There's absolutely no requirement for your locations to be horizontal to each other. They can be. You can be up 100 feet above the other one, 1,000 feet, 10,000 feet above. Doesn't matter. There you go. There's
That is another empty claim that RAQIA has not substantiated, right? And he seems to and he seems to confuse flat with level and vice versa.
I'd be careful if I was just being honest, because he can demonstrate what he's talking
Would you
about.
now? Would you be careful? Would you be mine? Won't you? Won't you be mine?
How exactly would he demonstrate that?
the beauty of that reverse zenith angle thing is.
You can have a bridge. You can have a bridge over a body of static level water. You will find it will be horizontal and perpendicular. Prove me wrong.
Yeah, look at the punches rate.
Right, and it's been right
no,
away by the front
Rakia's
lines on
claim-
parallel. There you go.
Rakia's claim is that he created a horizontal line and he measured from that horizontal line down to the water and he measured no drop. But he has no evidence of this.
He established that line from multiple references, which actually established a segmenting curve.
False. His methodology does not establish a horizontal plane.
No, he
No, he
didn't.
doesn't. That's only what he says, what RAQIA says. When you ask Jesse, he doesn't agree.
You ask Jesse, and he says, hell no.
No, he's probably not around because he doesn't give a fucking.
It's fine, Kimo. You want to make that claim?
I don't
Hold on, Kimo.
think he embarrassed him at all.
Kimo, if you want, we can debate. What's your claim, Kimo? Come on, Kimo. Listen. The guy don't want to speak. What's your evidence? Provide your claim and the evidence, please.
Oh, you've got a model now.
So it's not a
So the
model.
surface-
It's an
the
empty
surface is
assertion.
just flat.
Right?
Not a sphere. Not a sphere. So flat.
How about now? Can you hear me now, Kima? Well, we've all heard RAQIA's model, Kima. RAQIA's model is a 2.3 mile or something like that. What he claims to be horizontal survey that he made, but he did it in 200-foot increments. He simply surveyed a segmented arc. That's all he did. You cannot do it that way. His methodology is completely wrong.
Yeah. What a joke. What's your credentials? If you're an expert, what's your credentials, Kimo?
You are in no field at all.
Let's not get off the topic first. But it does.
Yeah.
RAQIA is just plain wrong about that. His methodology for doing what he did is not what you would do to try to find a horizontal line. Simply doesn't work like that. Jesse will tell you that. George Natchik will tell you that. George Natchik's done more of this than anybody that I know of and produced video of it. You can clearly see and measure the friggin' drop over a mile or 2 miles or 6 miles like George has done. It's quite obvious. Now, if you do that same survey in 200-foot increments, of course, you're going to say there is no drop because you're simply following the curvature of the Earth. This is the reason why they tell you not to use an auto level over a distance of more than 200 feet. You can't do it. It's measured. That's what I'm telling you, Kimo. When you do when you make the observation correctly, you see the drop indicative of the curvature. But you're not going to see that in 200-foot increments. And the reason you don't, and the reason I tell you not to use an auto level beyond that point, is because the damn Earth curves. If you're trying to get a level concrete pad, you damn sure don't want to shoot out there a mile and say, okay, that's good, that's level. That's not level. That line is not level. It's only level at the tangent point right below where the damn level is sitting.
Yeah, but you don't have to agree with it. It's the foundation of of.
The complete methodology is wrong for what you're trying to do, and RAQIA doesn't want to admit that. He doesn't want to agree to that, and he refuses to do the actual test that would show that he's wrong, which is simply set up that damn auto level and shoot 1 mile one direction and 1 mile the other direction. Then you'll see the drop. Yeah, and I'm telling you how you do that. And I'm telling you how to do that. And it's not the way RAQIA says he did it, and it won't work the way he said he did it. Now, if you want to establish the horizontal, you make one shot for 1 mile. That's quite doable with a good auto level or any theodolite. Nobody's presupposing anything. I'm telling you how to measure it. Presuppose it's flat. Do this.
Kimo, it's not
Do
presupposing, Kimo.
Do this, Kimo. Presuppose it's flat. Shoot a mile over water. One shot, not in 200-foot increments. One shot, and then measure the distance to the water at the level and at your grade pole. You're going to see. You're going to find out then whether it's flat or not. What are you guys afraid of?
There's no fear. No fear. No fear. Yep. Well, there's been a much better idea You have to have separate reference frames, so you have to have the plumb separate from the Earth. And then you build a solid structure, square, to the plumb, over water, over a mile. And that's how you'll see where the drop is.
Merle, do you realize how physically impossible that is?
It's not physically impossible
It
to have
is
a plumb
physically-
separate
It's
from
physically-
the Earth.
Physically impossible to build a
So that-
perfectly flat 1 mile long structure like that. It can be done if you've got millions and millions and millions of dollars. Yes,
Yeah.
You could do it with Lego.
you can't.
You can.
Don't be ridiculous.
Well, it's going to be done. It's going to be done. So
That's
doesn't
By
matter.
who? Who's going to do it?
It's already being done.
What are they building with Legos?
You'll see once it's finished.
Legos are pretty expensive. Legos is an extremely precise part. Amazingly precise.
They're a little bit flexible too.
They need just the right tolerance to be able to do their little click magic.
Somebody's building a mile-long Lego structure. Is that right?
That would cost that'd be like millions and millions of dollars, right?
Yeah.
I said LIGO for the record, not Lego.
Oh, he said Lego.
Well, I mean, what blues? It's like there's more than one way to skin a cat, right? Blue's correct as well. Like, why not have different approaches?
All the approaches have been done. They all show a globe, dude.
They've all been done.
Were you talking about Legos or LIGO?
Lego.
There you
Lego.
go.
The little plastic snap together things.
Yeah, the squares.
Oh. Yeah. Good luck snapping 20 feet of those together and having it straight.
That's so fucking hilarious, man.
God, I was giving him more credit, thinking he was just mispronouncing it.
You should have claimed you mispronounced it. It was LIGO.
They won't send a guy
That
to
is right on.
send a guy to Antarctica for 10 grand, but they're gonna fucking build a multi-million-dollar Lego structure, right?
Yeah, and then it'll be put to bed, and then we can
Yeah.
all get on with our lives.
And they wonder why flat Earth is
Of
called a
all
clown
building
show.
materials, why would they use the worst possible building material, right? Like something that has a crazy high thermal coefficient of expansion.
Something that's square.
You know, you took a leaf out the fucking Inuit's book, don't you, and build yourself an igloo.
I'm not kidding. Snap 20 feet or 30 feet of Legos together and try to pick one end of it up and see what happens.
Yeah.
What if we got a
That damn
what
thing's
if we
going
got
to
a
turn into a dog's dick.
what if we
You
got
can
a
make a 100-meter
sponsorship
circle out of those.
from Lego themselves, and they wanted to find out if the Earth was a globe or flat?
So what now? I missed that.
What if we got a sponsorship from Lego itself, and they wanted to know if the Earth was a globe or a horizontal plane?
Yeah.
Great.
Try.
I still don't see how the Lego does anything for you, though. I mean, you can just,
they're
might as well just build it out of dog poop.
They're going to dedicate 6
That's right.
molding to make enough Legos to do that.
I actually think I think we
go ahead.
should use the same material that we used to build the pyramids, which of course everyone knows is shit.
Or you could just shoot a target a mile away and measure the drop. How about that?
That's the easy way.
Shoot it with what a mile away?
At a light or not a level.
For a
Either
mile
one.
and measure the drop
Yeah.
from that measurement?
Yep.
From that where
Yep.
the crosshair
Yes.
is a mile away?
Yes, absolutely.
Yeah.
Wow, how many times
Especially
did you
at
have to
high
do that to
altitude.
find out if you were accurate or not?
You're trying to minimize your refraction by conditions, you know, shoot.
So
And you would want to take,
So in that case, if we did it in the atmosphere, we would never know if we were accurate or not.
Yeah,
and
you
you
would.
I got
you know, maybe
Yeah, you would.
maybe
Yeah, you would.
two-
Right.
You know,
Yeah,
George over
Yeah, you would.
2.7 miles came up with 40 feet of difference
He
in
was
drop.
He was trying to do that, RAQIA.
Yeah.
He was
Right, but
trying to
how
do it, and he did the test at the worst possible time he could.
I agree. In the
Also,
afternoon when it's most refracted, but
yeah,
40
he's also
feet.
got he's also got lots of those 2.3 mile shots where you're seeing an
That's only 10 inches off?
8-inch per mile drop.
Oh, that's only 8 inches off. So at
No. 8 inches
2.7
per
in the
mile
afternoon,
squared.
it's 40 feet off on one day. On another day, it's 10 inches. I got you.
No, Rocky, that's not what I said. You're trying to
so
put
it's
words in my
accurate
mouth,
when it's
as
10 inches
usual.
off?
I didn't say 10 inches.
Well, how many inches is it when he's accurate?
Rocky, the drop over 2.3 miles, you can square 2.3, can't you?
Okay,
I don't
so how
know.
many inches is that, Blue, when it's accurate? When it
Well-
matches the drop of the Earth that you assume, is that when his measurement is accurate on that day? And on the day that it's 40 feet off,
No,
because of
it's when weather
It's
conditions.
not the day, Rocky.
It's when weather conditions
ahead.
actually tell you what refraction will cause, and you take that into account.
So you're calculating it.
We know what
No, you're
refraction
not.
does, and we are
We
applying
know what
those
refraction
conditions
is
to our
over
measurement.
2.7 miles. Tell me more. And on the days that it matches the Earth's radius drop, that's when it's accurate.
Oh, when there's minimal refraction, yes.
And on the other days, it makes the Earth look like the radius is really small.
I got
It
you.
doesn't go in your favor, buddy. It goes the wrong direction.
No, not buddy. Don't use buddy. That's the wrong word there.
Use my
not
dude.
buddy.
Sorry,
Use
pal.
my dude.
Yes.
But on the days that it's right on, that's when it's accurate, right? When it's an inch
Yeah, my
off,
dude.
that's refraction.
Know how
If it's
refraction
supposed to
works.
be, if it's supposed to be 16 inches and it's actually 17 inches, then that's refraction, refractive effects of the day, right? But
That's
on the
measurement
days that
error.
it's right on, right, that he measures the exact curvature rate, that's when
Yeah.
there's no refraction.
If it gets multiple readings that are, agreed,
you missed my question,
you would,
Left Lane.
you would tend to go with, those readings hover around a point. You can take
Okay,
the
Left
average.
Lane, you're honest. So on those days that it most likely meets the radius drop rate, is that the day he measured when there was no refraction?
I would say under ideal conditions, yes.
So you're going to say
Measure-
no refraction on that day?
I would suggest to measure when there's as little refraction as possible, right? Raqia?
Rocky, you're looking through the atmosphere. There's never a time when there are rare times when there's no refraction, but usually not. There's usually always some amount of refraction.
So his
And
measurements
Raqia,
are never accurate.
And that
So
refraction,
Raqia,
that refraction exaggerates the drop.
No, it goes both ways. Yeah.
And
The
Raqia, you realize
horizon
that
can appear higher than the horizontal
Oh, really?
line
Okay.
and below.
Oh,
Yeah.
really?
George also.
you
said
realize that no measurement will be always the same. Every measurement when you measure 20, 30 times will deviate a little.
Yeah, you know why?
Right? You realize that.
Do you know why? You think I don't realize that? I'm the one.
Yeah,
coming
because
up with
there's
that.
a
I'm the one-
distribution.
That is my claim, sir.
Because there's a distribution happening, right?
Yeah,
Or
that's
do
why
you
the
think
measurement's
every
not
every
accurate,
value has always right on spot?
That's why
Right,
the
and when
measurement's not
values are
accurate,
out,
correct?
we measure at a day when there is as little refraction as possible.
But
Which
little as
part is
refraction as possible is still
difficult?
refraction, correct? Which is going to affect the measurement. Which
Yeah,
makes
okay.
It'll make it
Well,
not accurate.
As
It'll
I
make
said,
it look less curved.
every measurement will deviate a little. Whatever you measure, you will never get one value when you measure 20 times.
Which is my claim, which is why we don't measure things over 2.7 miles, correct?
But when you
No,
measure it
no,
as
no.
did,
You wanna-
you
you
can't
wanna-
distinguish. You cannot distinguish between any shapes at all.
I
You simply,
Mount
you
Everest was
simply
measured
want
over.
You should never.
You're
you should
simply
never
cheating the
distinguish
test,
or use
Rocky,
that
and you know
measurement
it.
to distinguish anything
You're
over
simply
let's say 400
you're
foot.
simply cheating the test, and you know it.
Mount
You're
Everest was
simply
measured
taking-
over
know-
100
You're
miles.
simply
You know that you're
taking
you know that your
the
method.
refracted day
You're
because
quite
it
well
meets your
aware of the
model.
fact that your measurement technique is going to measure a segmented arc. You know that damn good and well, Rakia.
On the 60 days that he goes
No.
out and matches the Earth curve drop, is there refraction on that day?
There's probably refraction on every day, Rakia. So
I
what?
agree.
If you measure it in
So
200
measurement's
foot,
not accurate.
if you measure it in 200 foot increments, are you going to literally sit there and try to tell us that is a legitimate way to determine the drop?
More
You
accurate than
telling
doing
us
it
that?
over. Yes, more accurate than
No,
doing
no,
it
no.
over 2.7 miles. Yeah.
Then you're presupposing and forcing the Earth to be what you want it to
No,
be.
I'm not doing anything. I'm
Yes,
using
you
a
are.
tool
You're
that
trying
creates
to
a
make
horizontal
it be
plane.
flat, RAQIA. You're just
No.
trying to force it.
No, you're trying to use a theodolite over 2.7 miles to measure drop from the horizontal when you know, well, maybe you don't, because I don't think you're a surveyor. But
I know you're not.
yeah, I never claimed to be a
I
certified
know
surveyor.
you're
I
not.
never claimed to be a certified surveyor.
You're for sure not
Never.
a surveyor, RAQIA.
But I know well
And I've
enough.
never
I've
claimed to
used
be
them enough.
one.
I own enough.
So have I,
theodolites.
RAQIA. I've been owning them for the last 40 years.
So you know. So you
What's
do
the
know
big
you
deal?